Ooh!
Hey.
Welcome
We are back.
to the spooky hour of spookiness. We're getting real spooky up in here today.
Did you see Bella's little plushie ghost?
I did.
Oh
Sorry,
my
I was turning on
God.
my Wi-Fi. Okay. We're spooky today.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm back from the dead. When was the last episode? Was July something. July. We watched Superman, Fantastic Four. Me and Deontay did the Fantastic Four, Superman, and that was the last time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
literally October 1st is tomorrow. So it's been a minute.
Who's that beautiful man on the top left? It's me, James. It's me. You sexy. God, I love you.
Jimmy.
I love you, you beautiful man.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for calling me that. Yes. So yeah, I'm back. We're back. We're all back. Bella hasn't been here since I don't know when.
I know, it's been so long. I'm so happy to be here.
We have arguably our most famous guest on tonight.
Hands down, her.
Because the internet hates when it's just me and one other guy talking. They're just like, shut these two men up. This is just a meat show, you know what I mean? But
Right?
anyway.
Stinky testosterone boys. Oh my God.
Yeah. So we got the most famous guest back. We got my loyal compadre, Deontay, with us. My man. My papa, as I call him.
Dada.
He's my dad. I'm baby. He's papa. Yeah, and we're back. We're doing it. It's been a while, if you can tell. I'm a rusty boy. I think it was 2 months ago when I post my last reaction. I posted a reaction the other day though. So we are somewhat making a little resurgence here. I called you something similar, James? Yes, I do. Anyway.
Is it time for what I think it's time for?
I think
it's time for something beautiful, something amazing, something that the heavens created and brought down, and that is the intro.
Ooh.
Yeah, I just smacked. You hear that? I smacked my hand. Shout out Will for that awesome intro.
Willie McCoy.
Always. Shout out.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out the boy.
Mac, a.k.a. your boy.
The boy McCoy.
Hey.
But yeah, I'm back. I'm thinking I'm back. It's the John Wick meme. But
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so we're going to be talking about the Conjuring movies today. And yeah, there's 10 of these, guys. 10.
It's insane. There's 10.
It's like a Marvel. And what's crazy is I saw one of the producers call it Phase 1. So
this is about to become a TV show, isn't it?
Yeah, they're making some TV show. So are we going to have instead of an MCU, a CCU? I don't know, Conjuring Cinematic Universe? I don't know.
Oh, that would be sick.
I don't know how they're going to do that, but I saw that they called this phase, Conjuring 4 was the end of Phase 1, apparently, according to a producer. So I don't know what that really means. But, yeah, so there's 10 films here. You got the 4 Conjurings, 3 Annabelles, gosh. La Llorona, and the 2 Nuns. Yeah, we're just going to be talking about our experiences with them, you know. We're just starting off spooky season, right? Tomorrow's October. I'm feeling it. I'm ready for Spirit Halloween to open.
Let's go.
You know, they used to open in early September, but the Spirit Halloween around us, me and Deontay at least, isn't opening until tomorrow for some reason. They used to open in September. Now they're opening tomorrow. So that's depressing. I've been wanting to go in there. I love me some spooky stuff. You know, I got the Halloween poster. The mirror always gets me. The mirrored image, the Halloween poster. You know me. Pennywise, my boy.
We're all going to float.
The Tim Curry one. Shout out only. Anyway, yeah. So we're going to do that. We're going to cover it. It's been a while. It can be more of a, we don't have to be so, I don't know, pretentious critic on this episode. Because, at the end of the day, a lot of these films aren't good if we're going to be real. But, yeah, so just a fun horror spooky time. We got the gang. We got the spooky gang, I like to call it. The only one missing out of the spooky gang is Nick of the horror group.
But Nick is a cryptid, so like...
He is.
He's a very man. He's probably right now stalking someone in the woods, if we're being honest.
Mimicking their voices and everything, like crazy.
Yeah. He's going to be morphing into them soon. But yeah, so we got the Boo Crew, I'm going to call it. But yeah,
I like this.
We're going to be talking about demons and ghosts and crazy stuff. Ed and Lorraine Warren, more so the characters than the people, because I know the people are controversial. So I don't want to touch that. But the people who were the people who were they were who they were they going to be. I don't know. I had a stroke right there. But yes, Ed and Lorraine Warren. I don't remember actually. I should have done my research. I'm so terrible at the Conjuring. See, it's been so long, guys. I'm dead. I'm back. You got to give me a minute to warm up. Yeah, the Conjuring we're going to talk about first. The OG, that started it all. I remember being in high school. This came out when I was a freshman in high school, I want to say. So, God, I am old. And, yeah, I remember everybody at school talking about this one. This was like the hit movie that October, whatever season. It was like, I remember even seeing a trailer in school because we watched something on the smart board in school, and I saw a trailer for it in school, and everybody in his class like, it's the scariest movie ever. And like all this hype and stuff. People say they had like the hype with the Blair Witch Project growing when like that came out. I was like 1 year old when that movie came out. So obviously I didn't experience the hype of that. So The Conjuring, it was kind of in that same for like my generation, my age group at least. Because I remember everybody talked about this movie when it came out. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Especially in my high school.
I agree. This movie steeped in nostalgia for me.
Yeah. It was just a fun time. I want to say, was it 2012 or 2013? I really know this, but actually, I want to say 2013. I'm going to call it
2013. Hey.
Oh, right. I knew it because, yeah, I would have had it been because I would have been in middle school in 2012. But, yeah, 2013, freshman in high school. Everybody was talking about it. All the girls were talking about it. It was big with the girlies, I remember.
Well, my mom it had Renesmee in it. We had to be talking about it.
That's true. If you look back at this movie, there's some future stars in this movie. Quite a few. There's actually quite a few throughout this franchise, really, that kind of show up before they kind of blew up. One of the girls from Shazam, and she was in Fall 2. She's like in one of the Annabelles, I want to say, before those two movies.
Oh, yeah. And then Mackenzie Foy and Joey King were in this one as well as like the young...
I think it was McKenna Grace is in Comes Home. Annabelle Comes Home as like a younger, and she's kind of blown up here recently too. So like, it's kind of got some pedigree, And I mean, this original one, obviously, one of the masters, James Wan. Wrote and directed this one and the second one. And then he quit. He just produces them now. I don't think he has much hands on because the quality drop from the rest after 2 is kind of like, yeah, you didn't really put your input into these movies, did you, pal? You just let them go free. But
I feel a little like Tower of Terror.
Yeah,
right.
But for me, I'll just kick it up. I'm gonna spoil it. For me, this is easily the best one the best out of the 10.
I think
There's See, I was about to say that. Some people love 2. One of my best friends, his favorite one is 2. My mom's favorite one is 2. So like, there's people that love 2 for sure. But for me, this is easily the best one. It terrified me, absolutely terrified me. And actually, I didn't watch it when I first came out. That's another thing. I heard about it in high school when I was a freshman, and for some reason, I guess I wanted to be different, and I didn't watch it. I didn't watch this until 2017. I want to say is when I started the Conjuring universe. So I'm a little late to the party of the Conjurings. I missed the first 2 in theaters, and I bought it on Blu-ray at Walmart. I remember this. This is my story. I bought this one on Blu-ray, and I watched it. This movie absolutely freaking terror. Now, mind you, I was a freshman in college at this point. So I was 19 years old. This movie terrified me for some reason. Now, this was when I was just getting more into film. I wasn't, like I said, I was kind of not sheltered, but I didn't watch a lot of horror growing up. My mom wouldn't let me watch a lot of rated R. My dad did, because that's why Halloween's my favorite. I've said it many times, but my dad let me watch Halloween when I was in kindergarten, but and Child's Play and those. But like, don't tell my mom. But yes.
Oh, she's watching right now too. You threw your pops under the bus.
My dad's gonna be in the doghouse. But yeah. He showed me like the Predator movies, and like I watched like Leprechaun, Child's Play, all those on the good old AMC. AMC was like the hub back in the day growing up in the 2000s. AMC was the horror movie hub during Halloween, the Friday the 13th, all the Halloweens, like there's like Pumpkinhead, like showed all those classics. But yeah, but I didn't really, besides that, watching it on TV, I didn't have a lot of horror, especially the demonic ones. That was kind of my I agree with you, James. That was kind of my gray area, was the demonic movies. I hadn't seen The Exorcist yet, actually. I didn't watch The Exorcist until like a year after I watched The Conjuring. And so this was like my first demon possession movie I watched. And I was 18, 19. For some reason, I guess I just never grabbed it. I always watched slashers when I was a kid, when I was able to. So, yeah, I watched this, and I bought the Blu-ray. Like I said, terrified me. Absolutely horrified me. I had the chills and the goosebumps, and my God, I freaked out so much. I thought the Blu-ray was gonna cause me to be haunted. I literally gave the Blu-ray to one of my friends because I said, I never want to watch this movie again. It gives me bad vibes.
You had to put it in the Warren's museum because it's cursed.
Legit, it was like an Annabelle putting it in the case thing. I was like, but I guess I didn't care about my friend that much. So I was like, here, you have it. But I just passed it
someday, and we're gonna like find in the basement just like this shrine of haunted material, according to Jacob.
Yes, like I don't know why, but it disturbed me so much. I had to get rid of the Blu-ray, and then obviously I came around. I grew up, obviously, and I rewatched it, and it still terrified me, but I loved it at the same time. I showed it to all my friends. I showed it to many people in my life. If they haven't seen it, I'm like, you got to watch it. I mean, as far as modern horror goes, it's still one of the best in the last 15 years for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think, especially demonic possession, any kind of like because that whole genre has been dead for years. But like, really, since this, I mean, I'm trying to think, can't really think of another demonic possession that's at the level of the first 2 Conjuring movies.
No, not in like the 2000s, because I'm like,
yeah,
Japanese horror, sure.
Yeah, Japanese horror for sure, but
not so much.
But, yeah, especially like modern horror, like because after this, you had like a whole bunch of just terrible ones, including ones in this franchise, and yeah. So, but that's my little. I wanted to give that backstory because I've never told people that. This is the first time you're hearing this story. I've never told anybody that story about the Blu-ray. So that's a first for. I haven't even told my friends that, so that's like a little insider. Jacob's Film Perspectives inside look right there into my sick brain, where I was so disturbed by a movie that I thought the Blu-ray was gonna haunt me.
Oh man.
A haunted
After
Blu-ray.
you decided that it was safe, did you get the Blu-ray back from your friend, or does your friend still have this Blu-ray like to this day?
They still, I think they have the Blu-ray. I don't know. He's kind of married with kids now, so I don't get to talk to him that often. He's moved away. He's married with kids. So hopefully that kid is not being tormented by a demon, and it's my fault.
Let's
But
see what happened was.
I had to give it away, and I did rebuy it though. I want to know who you gave it. That's a secret I cannot tell my young friend. I rebought it, and then I actually just rebought it again. They just released it on 4K, and I just bought the 4K steelbook because I'm a physical media whore. So so I've bought it twice since then. So obviously I love it, and so The Conjuring, James Wan, starts out, Ed and Lorraine, based off of their, I guess it's their stories, I know, that happened, but this wasn't their first case because that'll come later. But it was like one of their bigger ones, and I watched like a whole YouTube documentary on it and stuff, and like it was an actual event that happened in real life. It's based on true events. Now, did it happen like it was in the movie? Probably not. But
a little dramatization,
Yeah, a little dramatized for sure, but there's this family in Rhode Island, I want to believe.
The Perrin family. Yeah.
The Perrin family in Rhode Island, and it's a small little house, and it's haunted by a witch. Kind of. Yeah, a witch. Mm-hmm. Where does the demon come in then? Because there's a possession.
Yeah, because there's so the witch made a deal with the devil in some way, shape, or form, and the devil, the name of the demon is called Bathsheba, and that's the one that they ended up exorcising out of the mom. But I forgot what led to the witch committing suicide, but because of the witch committing suicide, and Bella remembers.
She knows. I think I remember. Isn't it kind of along the same lines as like La Llorona, where like something happened to her kids, like she accidentally let her kids drown, and because we have that scene where like she's looking at the lake right outside the house, and don't we? I
know what you're talking about now.
Right?
I think I know. It was the early 1800s, and there was a girl named Bathsheba, and she was a witch, and she sacrificed her baby or something.
Yeah, she did. She did kill her kid.
Child death, and that was part of it.
Yeah, she sacrificed her baby, and some reason that like created this to the devil, or what? She sacrificed her kid to the devil, and somehow she became a demon in that way. I guess.
I think the demon that she kind of like contracted with was the one that took over the house, because after that, every family that moved into that household, the mom always kills the youngest kid.
Yeah.
And it was like 3 different families worth of people before it got to the Perrin family.
And the Perrin family, I actually watched a documentary, because when I first watched this movie, I went down a rabbit hole of it, and I watched because I am also, because it depends on where this movie kind of depends on like the scare factor of it is how realistic you think it is. And for me, because I'm a Christian, I do believe in like spiritual stuff. So I do think ghosts and demons could exist possibly. I don't know about demons, but like I do think ghosts are real. So like I was just very curious to see how realistic it was. And when you watch the Perrin family talk about it, because there's like a featurette with this movie, and they basically said that, a lot of the stuff that is in the movie did happen. Of course, it's dramatized. I mean, there's some of the stuff, obviously, with special effects and things. Like, there wasn't a chair, like, spinning in the air or whatever, obviously. But there was...
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Did he freeze in time and space? Bathsheba heard him talking.
He was like, "Hey, get my name out your mouth."
You got that supernatural backhand.
Did we die?
There you are. Oh, back.
Oh.
Thank God.
I died and I came back to life.
Yeah, the Blu-ray found you, apparently.
See, I started talking about demons and look what happens. Look what happens. I'm telling you, this stuff is real. But anyway,
frequencies.
demon. But no, anyway. Actually, James, I want to do. I actually got better Wi-Fi recently, so my Wi-Fi should not be having problems. I'm blaming this on StreamYard because I just upgraded my Wi-Fi by like 50 gigs. So, yeah, no Temu Wi-Fi for me anymore. So it's the StreamYard, I think, actually. Yeah. Or it could be my Mac because my Mac is being really weird lately. But thank you, Apple. But yeah, so anyway. Yeah, so it's kind of like a possession happened, possibly, maybe. It's on record. And the Warrens did actually help out. It is a real thing. The family moved on, and they still say the house is haunted to this day. You know, you never know. It's one of those stories where it's like they still say it's haunted to this day. The Bathsheba is still there. You know, so who knows what's real, what's facts? But it is based on a true story, and James Wan, the master, of course, started with like Saw with Lee Winnell and Dead Silence, and what else did he do before this? I think those were like his two. I know he did Death Sentence as well, which is an action movie, so I don't really throw that in there.
We don't talk about Aquaman, so.
Yeah. And Aquaman was after his clout from the Conjuring franchise. But this was kind of like, besides Saw, obviously, because Saw was like his blow up, but this was like the one where he got like the clout for sure, because this movie blew up for sure. And yeah, he like the tension, the way he directs this movie is just amazing. I absolutely love it. Like I said, it terrifies me. I would probably put this. This was my favorite horror film of all time. I have since grown since then. I only said it was my favorite horror film at the time because the Blu-ray was haunted. But now, obviously, it's the poster behind me, Halloween, is obviously my favorite one now. And, you know, Scream's already beat it. And, like, Nightmare on Elm Street's probably beat it for me now. Exorcist is up there. Hereditary, The Shining. I'd probably put all those. But this is probably top 10. I'd still say top 10 just for the nostalgia factor. I would probably put this in my top 10 horror films of all time still. But because it was the one that terrified me the most. And this was actually the horror franchise that I actually started to dive into when I got back into film and like once I got into college and got into film school and doing all that. This was kind of the franchise that I started with, like the horror franchise that I got back that kind of restarted me into horror was this. This kind of reintroduced me into horror. So I credit the first two Conjurings especially, I credit them with getting me back into the horror space for sure. So yeah, that's my background with this movie. What are y'all backgrounds?
I'll gladly share. So I did not find this one like terrifying the way that you did. I enjoyed it, but that means that this for me triggers like nostalgia, and I would turn this on regularly just for fun and have it as background noise.
Whoa, Bella.
Whoa.
I'm sorry. I think it's so fun. I remember one of the things that like I loved about it was the fact that it wasn't a found footage, but we have like that whole introduction with the yellow print at the very top where it just keeps scrolling by, giving all of the history of like, this is a true story. And for whatever reason, that just hooked me. And it was like my favorite thing ever that these were based off of like real people. I have since learned and grown since that moment in time. And like, obviously, I think we're going to talk a little bit about like the real history and like all of the media stuff that has come out about the Warrens at some point throughout this live stream. But I remember like in that moment in time being like, oh my gosh, these people were so cool. They were married. They hunted demons and ghosts. Like I was so sad for it. I loved it. I had so much fun with this franchise. Yeah, I watched it regularly. I haven't watched it in a really long time though. And I did not have time to watch any of them leading up to this, unfortunately. So yeah, we're going on vibes alone and like my recall capabilities tonight. But yeah,
we got this.
Yeah. But yeah, that's like my like strongest association with it is like I just remember like sitting on the couch watching it with my mom and being like, this is the best thing ever. This is so fun.
Good.
Yeah.
So good.
What about you, Deontay? What was your experience?
Whew. Oh Lord, my memory. So this is going to put a little age on me. I was there when it came out in theaters. So I got to experience it like maybe late at night, probably on a Friday or a Thursday when it debuted. And so yeah, it was pitch black in that theater, and we felt every bit of that darkness surrounding us. And it's just like we were like totally immersed into the experience. This was premiere weekend, I believe, when I saw the first Conjuring. So everybody's reaction was raw and like completely like not scripted or anything weird vibes off of that. That whenever there was a jump scene, or excuse me, a jump scare, everybody felt it and everybody had a noise that they made. And the movie starts out, the parent family moves into their house, and like not even before night number 2, the dog is dead. The dog is just like, hey, Dad, something is wrong with this damn house, and I'm not going inside with you guys. And he's just like, come on. He was like, no, come on. No, I'm going to stay outside. I'll be all right. You guys do your thing. Turns out the dog was not all right. The dog didn't even make it a week. I was like, oh my God, got discovered by the youngest daughter. She comes out and sees it. Don't know how the dog died. So I do need to read up on what specifically happened to that dog. I think his neck got snapped or something, but
it was something like that. Yeah. Like animals always die at that house or something.
Yeah, because it's like the only
context clue flying into like the window and dying,
breaking their necks on the dog on the house and stuff. And it's like, oh, so maybe they made the dog do that, or maybe the spirit just personally came out and said, you know what, screw dogs. It's like, oh my God. Everybody's reaction in the theater was just like, not the dog.
That's the correct response.
I will say that's like my one thing on this movie is every time the dog dies, I'm just like, man, that just kills the vibe for a little bit in this movie. I'm just like, it kills the vibe.
That hurts, man. Bathsheba is a ruthless motherfucker.
Take the baby, but not the dog.
Right? Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like even in my favorite horror film, Halloween, when Michael Myers kills the dog in the one scene, it always kills the vibe where I'm like, oh, come on, Michael, I love you. Stop it.
Mike, what happened to humans, bro? Why you have to go after the canine, bro? Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. Like
I respect that. I understand the dog, the pain. For sure.
Yeah, this poor family didn't even make it to like night number 5 before they was like, all right, we got to call a professional. And the Warrens were doing their thing. They're going to like different universities, giving lectures on demonology. And they get a phone call from the father. The father stays consistent throughout the movie. So I guess it's just their main contact for every time they need to go stop a haunting. And they get the phone call. They said the parent family needs help, and they come out, run a little investigation. But before all of that goes down, so we get to know the parent family personally. They see the camaraderie between all the sisters, the husband and wife. They have this game. I think it's like hide and go clap or something, but
it's like a hide and go seek, but they blindfold the one person. I always wanted to play this game, and I never had enough people.
Right.
But they like spin a person, blindfold them, and then they have to like navigate through the house by sound, and they request that the people who are hiding clap. So you clap, and then they have to try and figure out where you are throughout the house.
You get 3 claps too. So the first clap, second clap, third clap. Mm-hmm. And the way that James Wan used that as an opportunity to get a jump scare, money.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
It's the poster. Like they used it as the poster and that was like the marketing. I remember seeing the clap before I saw the movie. Like in the marketing, it was very used heavily in the marketing for sure.
Yeah, even the advertisement, like you've seen the trailer like multiple times, and then next thing you know, like well, you don't even see the scene coming in the movie. You just when is the clap gonna happen? And you still get the daylight scared out of you because it's happened to the mom. The mom's like doing the one thing that everybody's afraid of, going down to the basement and then running up the stairs before before the light or whatever is at the bottom of the stairs gets you. We all do that. We all do that when we're like downstairs with something and she gets to the top of the stairs, the door slams and hits her right in the forehead. She goes flying down the stairs and she is stranded. I was like, oh my God, not the mama.
Yeah, I was terrified for her.
And you know what's crazy is that the demons were terrifying the daughters many nights before it finally showed itself to the mom.
The scene that always sticks in my head, and it's also like a great filmmaking thing they do, is the great practical effect they do, where like the one girl gets pulled by her hair and she goes flying into the glass. Like it is so like it is so perfectly done with practical effects. Obviously, they probably had they had wires and stuff, but it's so like seamless with the special effects that you know it looks like she's being pulled by a force, and it's like that's just that scene always sticks in my head when I think of this movie is when she gets thrown into the glass and gets pulled by her hair because her hair slowly goes up, like it's like a slow build. It slowly floats in the air, and then she's like, "Mom," and then it just pulls her and just yanks her. It's like, God dang, like, oh my gosh.
She is getting yeeted across the living room. And I was like, whoo.
Like, and the girl's like getting terrorized for sure.
And like before it even showed itself to the parents, like the first night, the spirit was pulling on the girl's leg, and she's just like yelling at her sister, like, stop messing with me. And she's over in her bed sleep. She's like, oh shit. Then she sees it behind the door in the shadows.
And it's such a great, well executed scare too, because in most movies, because she goes and she looks around, and in most movies there'd be something there when she looks around, or when she goes and looks under the bed. And when she looks under the bed, that's when most movies would jump scare you right there, is when she looks under the bed. But it doesn't. She looks under bed, nothing's there, and she's just chilling. And then like the music kind of drops and the scene is just kind of chill. And then the girl goes to shut the door, and then the presence is right behind the sister that just shut the door, and that's where the jump scare comes from. Like James Wan is so good at like redirecting his jump scares where it's not predictable and so basic. Like that was a really useful way he did that.
Yeah, he's been fighting to stand out as a horror movie director.
For sure. I just feel like the cutaways that then return to that same frame, and it's like there's more to the image suddenly. Like I love that. I love the moment where they're going to shut the dress, like the armoire thing. Do you know what scene I'm talking about with the armoire? Like
that scene scared me. Oh, I think that scene specifically, I think, is the scene that made me want to give the Blu-ray away. I think that was the one.
Like she shuts the armoire, and then there's the thing on top.
Oh yeah, when she like looks up and
she's like because it's like the girl sleepwalks, and like she like, and so she sleeps with her sister, and then like the sister's like, because the doors are slamming, and she goes and slams it, and nothing's there, and she turns around, and then her sister just slowly rises up in bed and just looks
and like points at it or
and
something.
Then she just turns around, and that Bathsheba is just like on the top of the thing, just jumps on her, and it's like, oh my God.
Yep.
And it was other stuff going on that same night too. Like all the daughters were going through something. I think that was the same night mom got trapped in the basement, and it was like, holy crap. And I think the dad was like just coming home from like work or something.
Yeah, he's a trucker, I know.
Yeah, he hears everybody screaming, so he darts it towards the house, and it's like, that's gotta be a terrible night for them.
Yeah, and like the mom is probably the one that goes through it most overall, just because she's the one that the demon is mostly trying to attach to because of the killing the daughters or killing the kid thing. And like, you know, she starts getting the bruises and going to the doctor. I like the realisticness of that too, where like it's not just a possession, like it's a slow build to that where like, you know, she's waking up with bruises and like her hair's falling out in the shower and she's like going to the doctor and they're giving her like iron pills, I think it is. And like, they're like, you know, you have an iron deficiency or something like that. And then you realize it's this demon basically bruising her. And then there's that perfect scene where she's like on the bed laying there and the demon just slowly comes over her. Just
throws up in her mouth. Some
right before, like right when she's getting possessed, basically. It's just like, that's just a perfect scene. And then like you can even go to the scene where this is the scene that always gets me too, is the laundry scene where Lorraine's doing the laundry and the mom's in the bed. It's during the same time where she gets possessed, and like you think something's going to be in the sheets or whatever, and then the sheets just flies off and then just catches and it fills out an object of a person, and then it goes and then it flies off again to the window, and then it goes away, and then you see Bathsheba just look at her, and then go away from the window go to the mom that's sleeping, and it's just like perfect. Like just the building of tension there is just perfect.
So good.
Just the movement all throughout, like this house is just so engaging in such a fun way. I love it.
I respect it, Mike. Like I said, it was my favorite at one point too. Like it really was. But yeah, I could see it being somebody's favorite because it does have. It is a great horror film for sure.
Yeah. Pretty much between this and Insidious is like it depends on what kind of mood I'm in. Because Insidious got some genuine jump scares out of me, but then there's these memories of the first Conjuring that you will never be able to shake.
Mm-hmm. Like it just depends on like how do you want your Patrick Wilson, like
right?
Yeah. Well, and that's what I forgot. James Wan also did the Insidious, or at least the first one he did. I think, yeah, James Wan did the first Insidious. So that was the other one I was trying to think of. But yeah, and like also, I love the use of like the score in this movie is used really well, and I love the score for this movie because that's a good comparison point. Insidious, because Insidious, my problem with Insidious is sometimes the score is overbearing in Insidious, and it's like way too much, and like the score is trying to force you to be scared sometimes. I kind of have a little issue with the Insidious because of that, just because of the way the score is used. And I feel like in this movie, the score is a little more natural and organic inside the film, and it's used better. I think he learned how to use it better with this movie, and like it's really just a great score. Joseph Bashara is the one that does the score. He also did a score for the Insidious as well. But great underrated horror movie score for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, especially that use of Tiny Tim in the which is
Insidious.
basically the Demon's theme song. Yeah, tiptoe through the tiptoe on the golden for a seat.
Yeah, I could see that about the lipstick demon from Insidious for sure. I mean, it's even called Lipstick Demon. So
really,
yeah, that's like the real name. That's the name people call it in like the horror circles or whatever. But yeah, but The Conjuring, yeah, and I also love one thing this movie does not get enough credit for, and the production designers and the set dressers deserve more, is how they take you back to the 70s and like the late 60s, 70s vibe. It's just like very well, just like the house and the way the wardrobe and like the music they use, like when they use it sparingly, they don't like do needle drops every second, but like they use it sparingly and like just they really capture that feeling of the 60s, 70s vibe. And I really like that because it almost feels like a period piece in that way where it's like it really puts you back in that time period of the 60s and 70s for sure.
Yeah, like and to think that Insidious came out before The Conjuring did, and that whole everything I would say Insidious 2 was good, but then everything went straight to hell after Insidious 2. It's like Conjuring did so well for a few movies, and Conjuring didn't start going sideways until maybe like the Annabelle franchise. I would say things started going a little sideways for me and La Llorona. But the first, I love all four Conjurings. All four Conjurings were flawless to me. I didn't really have anything like outstanding and negative to say about them, but the Nun, first Nun was cool. Second Nun, it was passing. First Annabelle was a classic. I do not remember the other two.
Some interesting takes there. I have a lot different takes on those movies for sure. We'll get to that obviously, but yeah, and like another thing for this first movie, and I think this is probably the best. Besides, actually, the James Wan direction, I think, is the best part of the Conjuring, at least the first Conjuring movie. But other than that, Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga are for sure like the MVPs, and like even in the later because I think Conjuring 3 and 4 are not really that good, but I feel like their characters and their performances are too good for those movies. They are so good together and their chemistry is so well done. Like they're so iconic. Like it's crazy how they took real people. They're playing real people, but they put their own spin on it. And when you think of Ed and Lorraine Warren, I don't think of the real people. I always think of Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga. Like they take over these roles.
Absolutely.
And like, it is in a way a sort of fictionalized version of these people. So, I mean, that could make sense. But like, yeah, you can't talk about the Conjuring movies without them. I think they hold them together. Especially in this first one, it sets up so well their relationship, their dynamic, their marriage is great. Their relationship with their daughter,
Judy Warren,
which comes to play later on, and the franchise as well. But yeah, just their chemistry is just really well done. Where it's like you can see them as they feel like a real couple, just really down to earth people. You know, they help the parent family at the house, like making breakfast for them and like just being there for them. And yeah, Patrick Wilson, Vera Farmiga are for sure the MVPs of this whole franchise.
Yeah, honestly, if there's one more thing I could say about The Conjuring, their special effects and the way that they handle all the different demons. I'm here for it if they want to continue making movies of the same nature. I know we're pretty much done with seeing Ed and Lorraine Warren in cinema, but maybe not in TV. So keep at it. Patrick Wilson looks nothing like the real Ed Warren. Vera kind of resembles the real Lorraine, but
maybe. I mean, she doesn't really.
Kinda. It's Hollywood magic. I guess a necessity that we had to have. And last thing I would say, so Ed and Lorraine in real life aren't as popular, aren't nearly as popular as Ed and Lorraine is. The cinema version of them, Patrick and Vera. So we'll probably elaborate on that a little bit more with like the controversy that follows them. They are still to this day the most famous demon hunting couple in the world, but
well, I guess I mean while we're here, since we're on the first Conjuring and we're setting it up, I guess we can go ahead and just touch on like we don't have to go too into that because like there's no, it's all out there if y'all want to look it up and like figure out all the issues with them. But basically, they were known kind of more as hoax artists a lot of times, and there are. You could say that they were at sometimes hoax. I'm kind of in the middle of the argument where some people really defend them, some people hate them. I'm kind of in the middle. I think some of the stuff they did do was probably good, and they try to do good for some families. And I think some of the stuff they did was real, and then some of the stuff they did just to keep their business going. They obviously had to create stuff because I mean you're going to run out of money. I don't think the ghost and demon business is that profiting. So like I feel like you have to kind of spin the narrative some to like keep your job. So I think they're a little bit of both where it's just like they tried to like, they did definitely elaborate on things and make things more serious than they were. But at the same time, I do believe they did probably help some people. And there are like I said, I watched interviews with the Perrin family and they did say that Ed and Lorraine were really nice to them and took care of them during that time, that terrible time, and really helped them. So they did help at least the family in this first movie, at least.
Yeah. The only other thing I would add to that was just like, I want to say within the contracting that they did to release the rights to like the stories, like there is also that like they were not a happy couple the way it is portrayed in this franchise. Like Ed had numerous affairs on Lorraine and stuff, and that was like something she very I think their child explicitly requested stayed out of the film franchise because she didn't want people to look badly at her dad.
Yeah.
And they also put in there is also a one that went viral, obviously. People probably already know about what I'm about to mention, but they put in I think it was Lorraine Warren, because she died just like 3 years ago. She died like, I think she died when like The Devil Made Me Do It came out. So that was 2021, so like 4 years ago. But she put in her contract or whatever to sign the rights to, because it was a daughter and Lorraine that did it. I'm pretty sure you're right on that. She put about Ed couldn't have something to do with younger women. Like there was something to do with younger women in there, because there is a pretty big substantial claim against Ed Warren that he had like a 16-year-old bride that he kept secret, and she lived in the house with Ed and Lorraine just kind of ignored it and let it happen, and Ed just kind of was with this young girl this whole time. So there's that. And there is, I mean, she did put in the contract, so I don't know, because like maybe she put that in the contract because of the rumors, or maybe she put in the contract because it's true. I don't know. I don't know these people. I haven't looked into them that much, but like, you know, that is very questionable for sure.
Yeah, Patrick Wilson definitely romanticized the hell out of Ed Warren, because he definitely needed it.
I mean, like, Patrick Wilson is a quintessential romantic lead. Like, we put him in a horror franchise. What were we expecting?
Damn it. We'll just pretend like Patrick Wilson is the real Ed Warren. So
yes,
that's how I prefer to see it. I see it as that. But yeah, I guess do y'all have anything on the first Conjuring before we move on to the second one? Because the second one is pretty, there's a lot to talk about there. Second one for sure.
I think I'm good. Let's go to Conjuring 2.
Let's get it.
Bye.
Bow.
British.
Oh, first, should we grade every movie, or is that too much work?
I don't mind.
I don't mind either.
Just off the top of your head, like it doesn't have to be like a serious grade, but like so for me, the first Conjuring, I'd probably go, for me, because I do grades, obviously, I'd give it a solid A. I don't think it's A+, but I'd give it a solid A. Like I said, this is in my top 10 favorite horror films, so it's up there.
Based off nostalgia alone, I think I give it a solid B-.
B-, wow.
Whee!
Harsh critic over here, Roger Ebert.
Dang. Let's see, what would I give it? I'll probably give it a solid A, because that's got to be the highest scoring one for this franchise for me, and I don't think anything was worthy of an A+ since the first Conjuring.
I agree. All right, Conjuring 2.
Woo!
We get the nun finally. We get Valak. And then they just completely ruined. We're all looking at the same comment, James. B-.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay, I will say Bella is more of a horror aficionado. I don't know how to say words today. Aficionado than I am, and probably Deontay too. I won't speak for Deontay, but probably when it comes to like the in-depth stuff. So yeah, I could see why she would give it a B-, because it does have those the basic kind of conventions of a modern horror film, and I could see some of the acting and some of the I could see it. I could see a B-.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I also tend to factor in like how much did it scare me when I'm rating a horror movie. And I did already express, I think this one is a comforting one.
Yeah, I mean, you literally said you put it on for comfort, so it didn't really do its job in the horror department there. But yeah, so The Conjuring 2, Valak. we're going to be very disappointed about where it goes. But in this movie,
yeah,
in this movie, it's absolutely amazing. I can't call it a he or she because it's a demon and it's not really gendered. But so I'll just say it's a very striking. I will say it's probably one of the best demon designs ever. Probably. I would probably.
Oh yeah.
Pretty cool.
It's just very cool. Just the fact a nun being a demon, like, I mean, that's just kind of, because that fits perfectly with the demon because, sacrilege and all that. And it's just terrifying. And I remember watching this movie, and I didn't give the Blu-ray away on this one, thankfully.
Hey.
I aged. This one actually did not scare me as much. Besides the nun, though. The nun terrified me still.
Oh, for me, it was the Crooked Man.
Valak is just... Oh. Valak just... Whoa. Just thinking about it scares me. I just want to scream for my mother. But no. Yeah. And we get... we get like little foreshadowings of it and I love how it's sprinkled throughout the movie too. It's not just because at first it's kind of there and it doesn't really reveal that it's the whole because it's actually a mastermind if you think about it because it's creating this whole thing for the Warrens and obviously again this is the Enfield house in the UK. The UK. And this actually was a true story too, based on all of these. I think all of the Conjurings were based on a true story. I know for sure. I know some of the Annabelles definitely were not, had to not have been, and I know for sure the Nun's not. The Nun's just got to be completely made up. But yeah, so they kind of inserted they blended more. This wasn't like full true story like the first movie. They kind of went with a true story and then let's blend some more horror elements and kind of add a little fictional narrative to it at the same time with this one.
Yeah.
And it kind of went bigger and bolder with a lot of ways. I know James Wan, he had a bigger budget for this movie. And so he got the green light for that. And it does have bigger budget for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't remember the first time I watched this. I don't have that stuck in my head where I'm like, oh my God, I remember the first time I watched Conjuring 2. I had that with the first one, but not this one. And I want to say I watched this one maybe right after the Conjuring. I cannot remember when I first saw this one, but yeah, it's my second favorite. It's really great. I really like it. The first two hold up. Like I said, I would not be mad whoever goes second one, as long as if I talk to anybody, as long as they say either 1 or 2 is their favorite out of the whole franchise, I'm like, okay, I can get with you. You're cool. Now, if you start to go my favorite is the Nun, I'm like, stay away from me.
Fired.
You weirdo. I don't want to be around you. But
we need to have a conversation.
Yeah.
What's wrong with your brain? What happened?
Sanity check. Come on.
But yeah, for sure, this one, a great successor to the hype of the first one too. I don't remember this one when it came out, so I don't think it had the hype around it as the first one did, at least in my circle. It wasn't like in high school with which this one came out actually. No, I was in high school when this one came out. Actually, I think I was a senior in high school when this one came out, and I know James is trolling in the comments now. We'll get to La Llorona, but yeah.
Yeah.
This one, I don't remember it coming out, so I don't think it had the hype of the first one for me. Mm-hmm. But I remember watching it and thinking, and actually, I will say maybe the first time I watched it, I would say I did prefer this one. I want to say that was a true story there, that I did prefer this one when I first watched it. And obviously, my thoughts have changed, but yeah, this one is great. The Nun, the way it's set up, the storyline. I mean, we'll get into it here, but yeah, that's been my experience. What are y'all experience with it?
I personally, I don't remember the first time watching it, but I do remember this was when streaming in my household took off. because they had The Conjuring and The Conjuring 2 always build together on Netflix. So it became like a double feature pretty consistently of like, I would turn on The Conjuring and then it would just roll into Conjuring 2. And I would end up watching both of them at the same time. So it's like, that's my mental association. But also, I think that the thing that stuck with me was also The Nun, because it's so exciting, especially in horror movies, because there's so many bad sequels in horror. Like when it feels like they're legitimately going deeper into the lore and like the world building, that was so exciting to have that reveal of like, oh, they didn't just basically take a rinse and repeat of the formula that worked in the first film. Like they are building off of that formula, like they're extending it. And that for me is like why this one is my favorite, because I was like, it's actually a really good continuation. Now what came after, we all know, but start to get further into this world of the Conjuring franchise.
Oh my God. Let's see what had happened was we did get the most iconic demon in probably all. It is Valak probably one of the top demons in all of cinematic storytelling. I would think so.
For me, it's probably Valak. And then the only one I can think of is you can't really class it, probably just because of the look of like Reagan Pazuzu from The Exorcist is probably the number one always. But Valak is probably number two, I would think. I can't think of any other demon that's like right there, like a strict demon. Like you could classify Freddy possibly as a demon. Like some people think he's a demon, like he is kind of a demon, kind of, but like as like a demon, like supernatural kind of like ghost
possessing,
possessing. It's definitely Valak, I'd probably say.
Yeah, Valak is like everyone's go-to for Spirit of the Halloween. Like, all the latest trends on social media, TikTok trends for Halloween. It's just Valak acting a fool. People.
Well, I guess Annabelle is a demon, so I guess Annabelle would kind of be right there with Annabelle. Might be above Valak, and then Valak probably.
I could have sworn Annabelle's specific demon had a name too, because that demon that's been assigned to Annabelle, the Annabelle doll, had a name, and before they finally exorcised it and got rid of it for good, which honestly I don't think the main demon associated with it is gone, because the doll is still locked up in a museum and nobody can still to this day touch it with their bare hands without something crazy happening. So
now an influencer owns it.
Yeah, Matt freaking Rife.
A comedian bought the whole collection. That's wild.
Maybe the comedy will purify it.
I'm hoping so. Maybe Annabelle has a sense of humor.
Maybe he'll use it and then he'll become like a great comedian, you know?
Maybe.
Force people to laugh at his jokes, or he'll make you touch Annabelle with your bare hands.
That's a strategy.
It's like I have no choice. You're funny, Matt. You're funny.
But what's your when did you first watch this, Deontay? What's your first experience?
So Conjuring 2, I did not see this in theaters. This was like out on streaming like for a while before I finally got to see it. And I had to see it because it was just like this movie came out in 2016. Conjuring the first was 2013 and Annabelle was 2014. So we had like maybe like 1 year gap before they got right back into it. And let's see. So 2014 was Annabelle, and Annabelle is arguably the only movie in this franchise that could probably rival the first Conjuring, in my opinion. Conjuring 2 was good. Like we got to meet Valak for the first time. I think it was more peril for me than it was horrifying, because it's just like horrible things happen to every family that the Warrens come and save. But it gets crazier by the family. Like the first family, like the craziest thing that happened to them was probably a lot of crazy shit happened to the first family.
I was say the mom almost killed the little girl.
Yeah,
and she got possessed and spit blood everywhere and was flying in a chair. So
yeah, and then the second family had a lot of crazy things too. I think like the worst part about it is like the demon Valak was trying to get one of them to commit suicide, like consistently, like would not leave. I think it was the daughter alone, and Jesus, the Warrens had their hands full with this possession, and arguably, I think the Perrin family had it worst out of all the families. Well, actually, no, because Conjuring Last Rites, that family's reputation still to this day is one of the worst stories that's been told on television. And even the Warren family are just like, yeah, this house was an absolute nightmare for them to exercise. So
another thing we get in The Conjuring 2 that I just thought about is we get because the Warrens are famous for the Amityville case, and we actually get that in this movie as well. So like it really is, when you think about it, it is like a grand exploration on the first movie, because like it starts off with their like this, you know, I wouldn't say their classic case. Their classic case is the Amityville horror probably, but it kind of, you know, we get the Amityville at the beginning of this, and then they somehow are able to tie in the Amityville and the infield with the nun at the same time. So it probably is a better written movie than the first one, just because it's able to tie in the Amityville and the infield, and then add their own fictional narrative with the nun. So 2 real stories, and then adding that nun narrative at the same time with the daughter at home and the peril of that, and like Ed dying, the premonition she keeps having and worrying about Ed dying, that puts more strain on their relationship. So it just kind of amps everything up. So like, yeah, I'd probably say it's probably the best written one, if you think about just what all they were having to do.
It's an ambitious script, like if we're looking at it on script alone, and then like all of the technical elements as well. Like the design and like the making the Balak so specific. Like this is a Halloween costume I don't think we're ever going to stop seeing.
Hands down. Oh, yeah. Hands down. Like, oh man. And anybody could be Valak. It just really, really good makeup, and then just a nun suit.
And it's so good too, because like, and it's a good mystery, because like the whole movie they're trying to figure out the name of this entity to stop it. Like it's, and then like we find out, you know, she writes it down when she has that vision of Judy, but like that was like a good little mystery. Like once we find the name, we could be able to, you know, like control it, and it kind of pushes everything where it climaxes into that third act with like the basement's flooding and Ed's trying to fix that. The storm is coming down the tree, like the lightning hits the tree. It's just like,
I'm here for the plot twist of it all as well, because like they kind of lead us on to believe this is going to be a very similar situation to the first one of like, oh yeah, no, it's just this spirit and they're here. And then there's like the big dramatic scene where she's like, no, this other bigger entity was blocking the other one. It's been holding them in bondage. We have to go back. Like that whole reveal.
Yeah, like the old man is like being puppeteered. The old man ghost is being puppeteered by the nun Valak. And like there was a time when I watched this movie, I used to quote him all the time when he'd go, my house. Me and my friends, we would go around and we just quote that to each other. We'd be like, my house. Just the way he said it, because he's like terrorizing this little girl, and he ends up possessing the little girl and like talking through her. And like I do remember one very terrifying scene when she's like, it's like at night and she's like asleep, and she goes like, she's like attached to the ceiling, and you see like she's having to watch the old man ghost like walk around while she's attached to the ceiling, and she can't move or do anything. And that's like a sleep paralysis type fear. And like that's like a fear that I've had like nightmares like that, where like you can't move, and like I don't know if I've ever had sleep paralysis per se, but I've had nightmares where like I wasn't able to move, and like there's something coming at me. I guess it is sleep paralysis. Maybe I have had that. I don't know. But
Jacob, are we diagnosing you with sleep paralysis?
I guess like I just thought about that. Like I have had nightmares where like I couldn't move and like there's a creepy figure coming right at me and I couldn't do anything about it. But like, yeah, but like that terrified me in the second one where it was like, because she's a little girl and she can't move and she's like just up against the wall, and then the little brother always talking about biscuits. We used to go around quoting that too because British people call, I think it's crackers is what they call biscuits. I don't know what they're eating. I guess it's our crackers in America. But he's always like, biscuits! And just like, I used to always go around quoting that too. He always wanted his biscuits. But yeah. So like, and like I said, it's the cool thing with like the old man and like, and then there's like a sympathy element to the old man because he just wants to pass on and move on and like be with his family or whatever. And the demon's like holding him hostage. Valak's like, I need you. Like holding, it's just like wild. And then like it even birthed at one point, like the Crooked Man, they were going to make a Crooked Man movie that was announced and then it got canceled. But like after I think it was after the Nun didn't do so well is when the Crooked Man got canceled. But like this kind of created the spin-offs more after Annabelle with like the Crooked Man. And there's another one that they were supposed to take from this movie and make. I forgot which one it was. I think it's the little, there's some toy, I want to say. I want to say it's a toy. I could be making that up.
From this one, that's like the little carousel looking thing?
Like the
wind-up toy? Yeah.
Maybe it's that. There's something else, yeah, from this movie they were going to make. But I know for sure the Crooked Man, like they have a legit like Funko Pop made like a legit Crooked. You can get a Crooked Man Funko Pop. So like that's pretty wild that and he's just like in 2 scenes in this movie and like this. So
those scenes terrified me though. This one actually scared me.
Yeah.
The Crooked Man? You didn't vibe with the Crooked Man?
I did not vibe with the Crooked Man. Something about the way that one is revealed because it's with the toy. Like she's playing with the toy. She's winding it up and I'm like, oh yeah, no, it's just like a little music box type thing. And then that thing comes out of it and I was like, no.
Surprise, surprise.
Maybe I vibe with the Crooked Man because he's a tall, slender guy. And, you know, maybe I see myself, you know, maybe I'm like, I understand your pain, Crooked Man. I understand. I'm just now having a realization that me and the Crooked Man have quite a few things in common. But like,
have a realization about this with most of the horror movies we talk about on here.
I know that's kind of just terrifying to think about. Like, man, me and these horror movie characters are kind of in the same vibe, but you know,
man, it's like you're kind of finding your destiny with these movies. What is going on?
Maybe I'll be a Crooked Man and like, you know, maybe I'll become a Crooked Man demon thingy. You know,
get your Blu-ray back. Like that will be your artifact. It's the Blu-ray.
Yeah, it's just like the Blu-ray. It just keeps going on. It's kind of like The Ring, but instead of when they watch it, I come out instead of the little girl Samara or whatever.
Oh man, have a priest.
You'd be like a friendly spirit. Like you would just come out like every time they turn on the Blu-ray, like you come out and you sit and you watch the movies with them.
I'd come out and be like, have you ever seen the 2011 masterpiece Drive?
Ryan Gosling. Have we talked about Ryan Gosling?
That would be me. And then I would just put on Drive and make them watch it while I sat there in my Drive jacket and just sat there and watched it.
Yep.
Yes. Your trigger word is A24. So every time someone says A24, you come out.
Don't say A24. I'll just pop out. I'm like Beetlejuice in that way. But yeah, the Crooked Man, like he never really scared me. Crooked Man never really got me. It was always the Nun, and even the old man sometimes got me. But I have a thing with old people. I hate creepy old people. They freak me. Like creepy old people and creepy clowns are my 2 things. Those are my 2 things in horror movies. If you have a creepy old person or a creepy clown, those are like my 2. You're gonna get me. You're gonna scare me. If there's like a creepy old lady, I'm gonna be screaming, terrified. So like a creepy old man. And maybe that's my subliminal self telling that I'm afraid of aging. Maybe that's me being afraid of getting older. If we're being philosophical here, because on this show, we get philosophical and we talk about the deep thoughts of the mind. But yeah, maybe I have a fear of getting older and that's why old people freak me out. But if you have a creepy old person, you're going to scare me, like legit. But yeah, like he just creeped me out. And I love the shot of Valak down the hallway. You see that shot everywhere now. Like it's all over social media. Is when Judy's standing in the hallway and Valak
like walks away.
And I love when Judy's standing there and she's like, "Mom," and she points down the hallway, and then Vera Farmiga looks, Lorraine looks, and sees the nun, and then she just walks into the room, and then Lorraine follows her, and that perfect shot of the shadow going across the wall. And then coming behind the picture, the hands coming around, and just that jump, really well executed. And that's another thing with James Wan. He's so good at like slowly tensioning out up into this big jump scare that pays off. It's not just a jump scare for a jump scare. It's slow tension to the jump scare. And that's why some people call him a master of horror. And I would agree with that, just because James Wan is one of those guys that can just jump scare. He's one of the kings of the jump scare, where like he knows how to do it right. And like the first two Conjuring movies are perfect examples of that.
Absolutely. And the special effects and everything that goes into it too is just like you can't. I wouldn't blame you for being scared of the creepy old people, because it's just like James goes all out with these guys. It's just like, oh, this is a dead grandma or something, but we're gonna make her supernaturally strong as hell. Disfigured, disjointed, so she can crawl on the ceiling and shit. It's like, okay, yeah. I get the message, James. I'm scared. So
yeah,
he goes all out with these people.
And like, honestly, my favorite part and the part I remember the most about this movie, and it's not even a scare. It's not even the scares. It's the relationship between Ed and Lorraine. Like they have. In this movie, it's even stronger in this film. It's even more, there's a kind of, you could say this is a horror romance in a way, because like they like really have like this romantic arc throughout the movie. And there's that scene where I think it's Lorraine and the little girl talking, I want to say, or is it Ed and the little girl talking, and it's talking about how they met each other and like how he knew Lorraine was the one, and like little scenes like that, like it really fleshes out their relationship and like how much they love each other in their marriage, which I really liked. And there's that great scene of Patrick Wilson singing "I Can't Help Falling in Love" by Elvis, and that's probably the best scene of the movie. And it's not even that's probably my favorite scene of the movie. It's because it's like he's just trying to calm everybody down, because like all this crazy stuff just happened, and they're British, they're not big on Elvis, and like Americans at the time were probably all, Elvis was the thing. So like, he just like calms him down with some music and like sings with it. And it's like a very sweet, heartfelt moment in this terrifying horror film. And it's probably my favorite scene of the whole movie is that.
Yeah. Top 5 couples in all of cinema for me.
Yeah. I swear, as the hopeless romantic type, that stuff gets me. So like,
well, I'm assuming you loved Last Rites, because that is basically a rom-com and not a horror movie, with all due respect.
Hands down.
The best parts of Last Rites were that whole situation. Yeah, that were the only parts I liked about it, really. But we'll get to that. But
straight up mom and dad energy from Vera and Patrick.
But yeah, it just like Conjuring 2, when you think about it, just really it
was hard.
Yeah, it does. It's one of the best horror sequels we've gotten in a long time, which is wild, kind of sad.
Why?
Because when was that? 2016, almost a decade ago, and like it's still like I feel like we should be getting better horror sequels. That's like one of the last really great ones to come out.
I mean, like, if we're not considering like Terrifier, for better or worse, like
yeah,
Terrifier's sequel was leaps and bounds.
Yeah, I love Terrifier 2, but I'm still
Is Terrifier 2 a great sequel because Terrifier, the first one, is not good, or is it?
I think it's more that, because even Terrifier 2 is just really good. It's not great to me. Yeah, so like,
exactly.
And like
it has a plot.
It has a plot. And like the first Conjuring, to me, like I said, it's my favorite. So the fact that this was great too, where I was like, yeah. And like I would give this is probably the same grade. I give this an A as well.
Oh yeah.
I give this one an A. Do not come for me.
Yes.
Proud.
Yes.
That's a big jump up from the first one, though.
It was a B-. It's not that bad.
I respect it.
That's fair. This is an A-.
A-?
Mm.
Yeah. And I could see that. Like I said, like the first two back and forth where I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, I think the only other solid A that in this franchise would probably be Annabelle. At least for me personally.
I can't wait to get to Annabelle with you because, like, yeah, we're gonna have some talks there, buddy. Because you're tripping me out with this Annabelle hype. Like, what? We'll get to that. But
yeah, the other two Annabelles, I don't know what happened.
The other two, okay, we'll get to that when we get to that. But yeah, let's move on to 3 then, because I want to cover all these before you have to go, Deontay. Because Deontay is leaving us, sadly. Me and Bill are going to stay though. You get the two. I mean,
dream team.
I was going to say you get the two coolest ones, but Deontay's cooler than me.
Deontay's
so
me as well.
You get stop it.
You get the lame guy, and then you get the cool girl.
Oh,
these are
pretty lame as well.
These are my twins.
Treacherous little twins.
Twins.
The devil made me do it.
Conjuring devil made me do it. This one hurt.
The demonic case that shocked America.
Oh yeah.
This is the only film in this entire franchise I refuse to ever watch again.
Oh wow. Okay, we're gonna have to dive into that.
I hate this movie with a fiery passion for so many reasons.
Like a fear hatred or a critique hatred?
Probably both.
A little bit of both. Yeah. David.
We're gonna dive into that. We gotta give the people we gotta build that up. We're gonna be like James Wan. We're gonna build up to Isabella just complete
crashing out.
Complete crash out. That's gonna be the jump scare for us. I'm gonna be the director, James Wan, and she's gonna be my jump scare here, where we just like, you know. But
we love Isabella's crash outs.
The Conjuring 3 was a weird time in life because it came out straight to HBO Max.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see it in theaters. It did come to theaters too, kind of, sort of, like limited run. I didn't see it in theaters. It was still during the COVID era. I did not want to go to theaters for it, so I just watched it on HBO Max. I was really excited because, like I said, the first two are amazing. Absolutely love them. We hadn't got one in 5 years, and we got a whole bunch of. I don't want to tip my hand too far, but we got a whole bunch of movies until the third one. But then when it was announced that James Wan wasn't coming back to direct, it kind of worried me. And I understand he was off making Aquaman, which, come on, James.
The world needed Aquaman, apparently.
Yeah.
To be fair, he was also making Malignant, which is actually a really fun movie. So I'll give him his credit for Malignant, but I wish he would have came back for this one. I had actually never really heard of this case.
Me neither.
Yeah. So here's
like, what frickety frack.
Frickle frack. Frickety frack.
What you got, Deontay? What facts you got here?
So here's a rundown, at least as far as directing in years go. So James Wan has only directed Conjuring 1 and 2.
Yep.
So 2013, 2016, and then you got John Leonetti for Annabelle. The two guys I'm not familiar with for the other two. Oh, actually, no. So Annabelle creation was David Sandberg.
Yeah.
Corin Hardy was the nun. Annabelle Comes Home is Gary Doberman. And those 2017, 2018, 2019, respectively. And then Michael Chavez does the remaining 3. So The Devil Made Me Do It, 2021. The Nun 2, 2023. And then Last Rites, 2025.
And here's the problem. La Llorona, I'll just say, is my least favorite in this entire franchise. I think it's a god-awful movie. I hate to be this. I hate to be this guy. I hate to diss directors, but this guy has made 3 movies in this franchise, and I don't know why they gave him the keys to the franchise. He does not know how to do scares. He doesn't know how to set them up. Because he also helps work on the scripts, at least for a few of them. I've seen his name also with the writing. Sorry to Michael Chavez, but you just don't have the stuff, buddy. You just don't. You're not. I mean, it's hard to follow up to James Wan. I'll give you that. That's a daunting task, but at the same time, I don't think they should have entrusted him with these last two Conjuring movies for sure. Especially after the third one, they should have let him do the fourth one. But
yeah, I didn't even know he directed La Llorona.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to do scares. I'll just say that. Come at me if you do. I don't care. He doesn't know how to do scares. He's not a great director by any means. I could probably direct as good as him. But I'm not trying to diss the man, but it is what it is.
Yeah, out of these 4 movies, The Devil Made Me Do It is probably the best out of all of them. Because he's got Nun 2, Last Rites, and La Llorona after that.
I would take the Nun 2 over this, and I would also probably take La Llorona, no. But I would also probably, I don't know, the fourth and third one go back and forth for me. I'm both of them, I'm just like mid as hell. But, but like, I remember when this came out, I watched it. It was like a nothing burger. I just watched it. It washed over me, and I thought about it. Did not think about it for like the next ever. I didn't ever think about it ever. I own the 4K of it. I don't know why I own it. Because I guess I wanted to own. I own every movie in the Conjuring franchise. I even own La Llorona because I'm a physical media whore, like I said. So I have to own it. Like, I'm going to buy Conjuring 4 when it comes out, even though I don't really. Well, I don't want to say about that yet. I don't want to give it away. But yeah, so like that was my feelings on Conjuring. But I had never heard of this case. I actually have heard of like the infield horror before Conjuring 2, and like I heard of the Parent House. But for some reason, I didn't really hear about The Devil Made Me Do It, which you think would be a huge one that I would hear about out of all of them, because a guy said the devil basically made him kill these people. But like, I had never really heard of this case before this movie. So I kind of looked into the case before the movie. I honestly don't remember much about the case either, because this movie just kind of made me just wiped my memory of all of it. And all I can think about when I think about this movie is the CGI child that's doing a bunch of weird exorcist movements on the table. And you can clearly tell it's a CGI kid in pajamas. And that image just makes me nauseous because I look at it and I'm just like,
damn it, Michael.
I'm like, this is supposed to be like realistic, more grounded demon possession movies. At least the first one. I'll give you the second one gets a little fantastical for sure. But the first one was grounded. And then you see this CGI little boy just doing twerking on the table. And it's just like,
why?
What? And when I saw that scene because that scene was actually in the trailer, and I was worried when I saw the trailer and I saw that scene. I was like, oh God. But then I was like, I'll give them a pass. It's just the trailer. They can patch it. They can touch it up. There's been plenty of times where they fix the CGI in the movie. They did not even touch it at all. They maybe even made it worse. But it is hideous, and that's all I can think about in this movie. And I do like the fact that they try to do something different, that it's not a demon, it's not a possession, it's not a ghost, it's an actual person doing witchcraft, and there's a law side to it, a courtroom side to it. I do like that they tried to do something different with that. Here's my problem, though. They don't do anything with it. They just do it, but they don't do anything with it. So, like, yeah, I think I gave this like a B when I first watched it, but I haven't watched it since. So I'd probably like a C+ for me. I don't really have much to say on this. Deontay, what do you do? And then we're going to go to the jump scare. But
man, I think this was another one of those peril movies. Like, I honestly can't say like I haven't been frightened. There's like maybe 3 or 4 movies out of the entire franchise that where I'm genuinely frightened because of everything that's happening, and then the rest of the movies is like, damn, I feel bad for all the characters. And this is one of the movies where from start to finish, I feel bad for everybody involved. It's like, damn, this sucks. It's like I hate to beat people in this movie, especially Lorraine, because Lorraine seemed like she was the target for the whole movie, and whatever was going on was out to kill her the entire time. Maybe I misremembered that, but at some point in the movie, Lorraine had to go toe to toe with the witch or something like that, and I was
remember that. I remember the witch running up and blowing something in Lorraine's face. I want to say
that sounds correct to me.
Yeah, it's like it. I think it put her to sleep temporarily or something like that, and then
she went to some like world thingy. Like she went to like some like I don't know, like Freddy type world where she, like it wasn't the real world. It was like her. It was trying to show like her psychic view. It kind of, I think, is what it was trying to do, or something.
Yeah, because when she finally came to, she was just like, "You're not going to get me like that twice." And that was basically her attitude in going back into the fight. It was like, "Damn!" And there was like one part where Ed it winds up showing up at the last minute and saving the day. I forgot what his specific thing was, but he had like an axe and he was like fighting to defend Lorraine. And I was like, this movie had me on the edge of the seat. I wasn't really jumping a lot. So I was entertained, but I was not frightened by the least bit of this movie. I even saw this in theaters too, premiere weekend.
Oh man, you even braved. Listen to that. You braved catching COVID for this movie. You are a hero. You are a true American hero, Deontay.
Whee!
You risked your life for this movie.
I sure did.
That's wild. I don't think it was worth it either. I think you should have just watched it on HBO Max for free. But
I'm willing to die for this franchise.
I respect your commitment, man.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
The only thing else I can say on this movie is I remember something about a guy hiding a girl in a basement, or they were in the basement, and the guy was hiding the girl. The creepy girl was being hidden by the guy, and the girl put something under the house that was like, whatever, haunting the people in the house. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I would, even if we had to do a rewatch, because we're not over here. We don't rewatch all these movies for this podcast. That's too much work. We all got busy lives going on. Nobody wants to watch 10 films of these in a row. But anyway, even if we did have to watch these 10, I would have watched just 8. I would have skipped. Actually, no, I would have watched 7. I would have skipped 3, and this would have been one of the one I skipped for sure. So like. Yeah, that's all I have to say. So what would you give it, Deontay, grade-wise?
Grade-wise, I would give Devil Made Me Do It I'll give it a B-. Just not too brutal compared to the rest of the Conjuring movies.
That's fair. All right, now it's time.
Uh-oh.
Bella, how was your experience with The Devil Made Me Do It?
No, Jacob, I give it a solid D for Devil. This is arguably, and in my opinion, my very strong recommended opinion, the goriest installment of the Conjuring franchise. This one has a lot of blood. It also involves the ritualistic sacrifice of animals because of the witch. Do you not remember this, Jacob? You're making weird faces.
I don't remember this.
There is the scene where we go with the witch, when we're first introducing the witch, and she keeps like appearing in random spots throughout like the crypt that she's in.
Yeah,
and
I
then
remember the crypt.
Table, and we have an adorable little creature that she cuts the neck of and bleeds out to do this rite.
Huh.
Was it a goat?
I think it was like a bunny or something. And
I do remember the bunny.
Uh-huh.
You're right. I do remember the bunny.
And I remember that being the point where I was like, okay, I'm tapping out, because we already had like the chicken coop that like gets murdered because there's the guy who is possessed allegedly by Satan. And this is the whole premise of this film. We have this like hunky-dory little farm boy who's loves his girlfriend, is engaged, like just recently got engaged to his girlfriend. And then he suddenly is possessed by the devil and goes on this like rampant killing spree. And the fact that this is a true story, and like you can pull it up and like look it up, The Warrens literally get this man off on account of the devil made him do it. That was his defense that got him exonerated. Like, this is a crazy ass story that I don't think we talk about enough. Like, we really gloss over that being kind of a huge deal.
I completely forgot that even happened. Well.
And then the other thing I want to touch on real quick, if we're looking at like the depiction of witchcraft is not connected to satanic worship. That is a whole like Christian propagandized thing that began in like the 1600s with King James, because he wrote a book called Demonology, and one of them focused on witchcraft. Is why we have witches that are also evil in Macbeth. And then we have like this continued on tradition in literature of seeing witches connected to satanic worship, but they aren't. Those are two separate things that were propagandized connected together. And this movie is also kind of playing into that of we have this witch, allegedly, who's not actually a witch. She's literally doing these satanic occult practices to invoke the spirit of the devil. And this is, thank you for coming to my TED Talk about why the devil made me do it.
Historical fact.
Is erasing actual important information for the sake of spectacle. Those are my thoughts. Any questions from the peanut gallery?
I love this. I love this.
If you have, you could keep going if you needed to. I mean,
I kind of want to be a big meanie and say this was Michael's idea and not James Wan's idea. Just blame it on Michael.
Blame it all on Michael for the time being. But yeah, like that is my big issue with this, because like Jacob already pointed out, yes, we have like this kind of courtroom procedural drama that happens in like the third act of this film, and then we do nothing with it.
Yeah, I remember nothing in the courtroom.
Oh, it's such a forgettable movie.
All I remember is they made a cheap joke where the cops are sitting in a room with Lorraine, and they make jokes about her being like spiritual or whatever, and then like she says something, and then she says something that only the cop would know or something, and like the cop makes a face, and it's like this comedic little happy moment in the movie. And that's the only thing I remember about the whole courtroom stuff, is just that scene with like the cop or security guard or whatever. Something about Elvis, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, and we really gloss over the fact that he like brutally murders his fiance, if I'm not mistaken.
I think he
honestly did. I don't remember who he murdered in that movie. Like that is how much of a brain wipe this movie is, where I'm just like, I don't remember who he killed. It was his fiance who he killed in this movie.
Such a forgettable film. It really is.
I thought a cop stopped him. No, the cop stopped him after the fact. Yeah, because he had blood on his hand. He's walking down the road with blood on him, and the cop was like, "Hey, are you okay?" or something. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he was working at a vet or something, or she was working at a vet. I remember a dog's being like a vet being in there.
Maybe I'm making up the killing of the fiance, but he kills people either way.
He does.
He definitely killed somebody. I remember.
Right.
And there's something to do at a vet. Like I remember a bunch of dogs
in this one. I remember that being specifically like the first thing for me that like I started tapping out at, of like, we did not need to so specifically show the bleeding of the fur babies, but fine.
I tapped out at like the CGI little boy. That's where
I know the CGI little boy is bad.
Just the way he was, I get, because like the way you have to bend and stuff, but I mean they did it in the 70s with Reagan. She bent and stuff, and like, like her head completely turns around. They could do that in the 70s, so I think they could probably do something better than that in 2021. But you know, it was the COVID era. Maybe they were rushed for time. Visual effects people had a lot of stress on them at that time, so maybe there was something there.
Michael Chavez, you got a lot to answer to, sir.
But still, I'm putting this on Michael Chavez just because he is behind the 2 worst Conjuring movies and the worst movie in the whole franchise. So, Michael, get your shit together.
I knew he was going to say that.
Like, and please, actually, since this is phase 1 and there's going to be a phase 2, apparently, if Conjuring 4 does well, which apparently it actually did very well at the box office, I saw. So we're going to get a phase 2. Please don't make this like Marvel or DC. Please don't try to make this like all interconnected and don't do that. Please don't.
Thanos demon.
Which they're already kind of doing the fourth one, which I guess we can segue now into the fourth one.
Yeah, big purple demon that's like, yeah, I got to do this myself. Apparently. Oh, what did we score? The Devil Made Me Do It, or did we already score it?
You gave it a B-. I gave it a C+. She gave it a D.
A D for devil.
And honestly, the more I think about it, I'd probably give it a C. So.
Oh Lord, I'm probably going to give it a C+, just so the B- might be a little too friendly.
Yeah, Diego, I'm sorry. I know Michael Chavez might be a nice guy. I never come for anybody, but for some reason, I'm coming for you, boy.
This movie makes me angry.
It's on site. It's on site. And actually, you should be more scared of Bella than me, actually, because this movie makes her angry. I didn't say that.
You're crazy enough to make Bella crash out. You deserve it.
Yeah, that is true. Especially when it comes to horror, like that's her favorite genre, and you're over here pissing her off in her favorite genre.
How dare you?
Historical inaccuracies and everything. That's crazy.
And I did not even know that. So actually, that is great facts for the show because I did not know that he got off. I forgot that.
That's literally the whole reason it's called The Devil Made Me Do It.
I thought maybe that he tried to claim that, but like it didn't work out that way. But I guess it does work out that way.
And the movie's that's the whole point. They get him off.
But it's like, I don't care who you are. The devil's not going to make you do anything, buddy. If you did it, buddy. Whoever you are, if you're still alive, you should be in jail. But
I've been alive.
Maybe you're dead. Maybe you're with the devil right now. I don't know.
Yeah.
And like I think this is also where we started getting like a weird kind of blurring of other stories that weren't necessarily directly related to the Warrens, because I don't recall like the actual news story of this guy who like claimed a demonic possession influenced him into committing these murders is actually a part of like the Warren history. I do believe they kind of infused them because it happened around the same time as the Warrens were becoming a more like prominent presence in like this occultist world.
That's another thing about this movie. They tried, because it's called The Devil Made Me Do It. They also, I remember now, they tried because this was set in the 80s. Because they kind of do every decade. Because I think the first one was the 60s, the second one was the 70s, and this one was the 80s. And I want to say, or maybe I made that up completely, but
oh no, you sound very certain, so I trust you.
Well, thank you for that. Don't ever believe what comes out of this mouth. But yeah, I want to say they try to do something about the satanic panic in this movie. Like they're trying to tie. Yeah. I remember a plot line with the satanic panic in this movie. Now that you're talking about, like, because it was the Warrens were kind of in the news at the time, and then this was happening at the time, and the satanic panic was going on, which if viewers I guess don't know is like in the 80s there's like this huge panic people were having about like Satanism, and like they were like banning videos and like VHS and stuff and like movies, and like freaking out and protesting about like punk rock music having like satanic messages in it and stuff. It was like a whole thing in the 80s, the satanic panic. You can look it up. I wasn't born then. I don't know all the facts, but you can look it up. But yeah, so they also failed at that too. They tried to tie in the satanic panic, and they did nothing with that either, because I don't remember anything about it besides like one scene. So like, yeah, what a fail. What a fail.
Deep devil.
All right, The Conjuring 4.
Here it comes, ladies and gentlemen, the grand finale.
Woo-hoo.
Well, the grand finale for Deontay, I guess.
Yeah, grand finale for the Conjuring, the 4 Conjurings at least.
And then me and Bella will probably go off on the rest of them. But when we get to this movie, so it's 2025? Yeah, so 4 years later. So we didn't have to wait as long. So that's nice.
Yeah.
I saw Michael Chavez was the director of this, and I will say when I saw he was the director, I'm not even trying to be a hater here or be funny. When I saw he was the director, I was like, okay, it's going to be mid at best. And I was right. I'm sorry. I feel like this guy. I feel like he's gonna have like a cousin or something view this, and they're gonna be like, this guy was just randomly shitting on you on the internet. And I'm like, look, buddy, I'm sorry.
You deserved it.
You deserved it. You made La Llorona. Get out of here. But, no.
Yeah.
You could have had something great, but this I was hoping, since it was called The Last Rites, I was like, please, for the love of God, please give my boy Patrick Wilson and my girl Vera Farmiga a satisfying ending. Please give them something to do, because the third movie, they basically had to carry that whole thing, and they had to carry it again in this movie, which their daughter also helps carry. I really like the girl that plays the daughter.
She's horribly underdeveloped.
Yes, she's underdeveloped, which I thought the actress did well with what she had. I really do think so. And I do. I think the boyfriend, stepson, whatever, not stepson, son-in-law. I don't know. I'm an idiot. Son-in-law. I thought he did pretty well too. He's been in a few other movies I've seen. I thought he did pretty well too. I think this is on, again, Michael Chavez and the writers, the direction and the writing for sure. So we get this. Oh my God, it ties back to their first case, their first interaction. And
I was so excited for that too. Like, you don't even understand. When I saw that in the trailer, I was like, oh my God, we're finally going to get that first case. And we're going to see.
I was really hyped too. And then there was I was trying to think of what, I just had a great thought. I lost my train of thought. Anyway, Conjuring 4, yeah. They're going back to the last case. Michael Chavez back is directing it. I don't know why they gave this man the reins. That's the last time I'll say that. I'm sorry, Michael Chavez. Please don't hurt me. Actually, do hurt me. Come for me, because you're a famous Hollywood director. So if you hurt me, I'll get a lot of money. So, like, come at me. I have no fear. I could direct a better movie than you punk.
You feeling lunky? Punk?
Yeah, but this movie I was excited for because it was the supposed end. I think it is going to be the end. I think Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga are probably like, nah, fam, cut it. Their talents could be way better used in better movies and
better scripts.
Better scripts. They deserve better. But I was excited because Judy's grown up, so we're getting a big time jump here, because a lot of the movies kind of follow in the same type of era. And this movie, she's like, because I think the last time we see her is Annabelle Comes Home, possibly, and she's like 12. And then like now she's in her early 20s, so that's a decade jump. And like I will admit, I thought that the actress was attractive as well, so that helped. If we're being honest, that helps. And I just thought she had really pretty eyes, and she was just like really good at emoting. I liked her as an actress. It wasn't just because of her looks. I'm not trying to be misogynistic or anything, but she had she had pretty eyes, and like I felt like she was able to emote really well. And
very expressive.
And the boyfriend was good too for what he had. And I really like the family stuff with Ed and Lorraine, and showing her having the baby, and like having her and the throwback, and like them younger. And I thought they aged up Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga really well. I thought the makeup was really good, because obviously they're old in real life, but they're not that old. And I thought that the setup was pretty. I was kind of like with the setup, because a haunted mirror. If you want to watch a haunted mirror movie, you have Oculus. I mean, you don't. When I saw the haunted mirror, I was let down. I was like, I don't care about a fucking haunted mirror. Sorry.
No, I was also like, really, of all of the artifacts, we have this gigantic, chunky mirror.
I was like, it's so basic. Like it.
So basic.
I was just like, Mike Flanagan did this in 2013 with the Oculus. If you want a good haunted mirror movie. So, like, why did we need to do this in a franchise of The Conjuring? I don't think this could be it actually is a real mirror. Because if there's actually an end credit scene where
they show it in a museum.
Yeah, they show Ed standing and looking in the mirror in the museum. So there is an end credit scene of that. I stayed for the end credits like an idiot. And yeah. Sorry, Misty. That's my mom, by the way.
Oh God!
I got caught by my mom, but no. Love you, Mom. Anyway, yeah. I just the haunted mirror, and then like the whole thing with the baby dying, and then it coming back to life like a minute later. It was, even for a Conjuring movie, that was so unrealistic to me. Because the way they took the baby out, the way the baby was just being held, and then it came back. Maybe that happens in real life. I don't know. I'm not a woman. I don't have those organs, so I don't know. But like, I don't think if a baby is born that way, that it will magically start crying and be like a happy baby a minute later if it just came out stillborn. I don't think that can happen. So that immediately I rolled my eyes at that part. I was just like, okay, so we're getting there. And this is where they kind of lose the plot completely, and they lose the realm of reality and any basis of reality we had with the first two and a little bit of the third, just a little bit. This one just completely just went, okay, we're just a fantasy now. We're going to have a mirror do a 360, like a crazy 360 mirror. And we're just going to have a bunch of crazy stuff that can never happen in real life. And it completely did not happen for sure. And it's just like, okay.
Yeah, they went to town. This is a real family with a real haunting, a notorious haunting. I don't know.
I didn't even know about the haunting. You guys know about the haunting before?
Yeah, this is the Smurl family. So the Smurl family's been stirring, like before the last rites hit theaters. There's a lot of promotion for it on TikTok, and a lot of content creators covered the Smurl family and their history. They were a huge deal. They were on television prior to getting the Warren family or Ed and Lorraine's attention, and even their neighbors were like, "Yeah, we've look outside our windows and see shit going down at their house. Like this house was notorious." So I don't know how true. So I think the artifact, like the mirror itself, that's true. The Smurl family's true, and like the spirits that were in that house that was documented is true. But the way that Michael executed the special effects and all the extra dramatization is just like, it's almost offensive because it's like, how's the Smurl family watching this? And they're just like, why did you have that much fun with our story? Because it's like, you could have made it horrifying on the same playing field as the Perrin family in the first movie. But he was just like, no, so there's in every Conjuring movie, there's a crazy solution to every possession. It's never like a priest to show up to save the day with a real exorcism. It's just like, oh, Lorraine is going to touch Bathsheba in the forehead and use her psychic powers to get rid of the demon. And then I forgot how they defeated Valak in the first
just
time.
Her name, figured out her name, and did like a prayer for the name.
And then the devil made me do it. I think
I don't even know. I don't.
And so the fourth, they defeat the demon by all of them putting their hands on the mirror
and pushing. Let's not forget
pushing it.
Yes.
It's like, what does this even mean, Michael? What? How do you exercise a house like that by just touching?
It's
and
like
pushing.
Like, this is how you want to end your horror movie run. Is you want to end with them all coming together. I get the symbolism. They're all coming together as a family. The daughter, the son-in-law, they're all coming together as a family to stop this evil. And then it's just like, but it's like, come on, you could execute that in so many better ways. Like, I saw this movie when did I see this movie? I can't even remember when I saw this movie. 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, and I can barely remember almost anything that happened in it. I really am struggling to remember any memorable thing besides the son-in-law stuff and the family dynamics and all that, and like the dinner scene and like Judy having the powers. And I do like the end. We'll get to that though. But And I didn't like that they killed the father, the priest.
Yeah, Father Gordon. So
I like that they killed him because like he's been a kind of mainstay throughout this entire franchise. So I like it tried to at least up the stakes in some way where it was like, okay, this thing is actually like killing these characters we know in this world. Like it kind of give you that nobody is safe type thing because like he's been good throughout all these movies and then like he just gets killed. So I was just like, okay, that kind of raises the stakes for what could happen. Maybe Judy or one of the Warrens could maybe they could kill them. You know, you never know. They make it go off script if they're going to go, you know. But I just thought it added the stakes. But yeah, I don't know. Other than that, yeah. And like, you could tell he was influenced by like The Shining. There's a whole blood sequence with the blood coming out of the sink. But the whole time I was like, I could just watch The Shining if I want to see blood come out of a sink.
Yeah, then the girl, like the exact morning after her and her sister like take the mirror and throw it into like the dumpster.
She's like
and
puking it up.
Glass all in her stomach.
Like, I thought that was like gory wise, that was a good gore scene.
Yeah.
But literally, we're talking about mirror movies. There's a similar scene like that in Oculus. Now she's not
the whole time in the theater thinking the same thing when I was watching that. I was like, it's an apple.
Yeah, I leaned over to my friend. I was like, this just is what they did in Oculus when she bites onto the light bulb, think it's an apple. Like that's literally what I told my friend. Which this is a little more gory because she's actually like because the girl just bites it in Oculus and she's like guttural, like puking it blood and like glass. But I was like, so not only are you going to take the mirror from the Oculus, but you're going to take that glass scene. I was like, this feels a little derivative, but it felt derivative of that, The Shining. I was just like, there's a lot of derivativeness in this movie.
Yeah, it's like the Smurl family is arguably the most notorious haunting that the Warren family has had to deal with, and I just feel like it's slightly offensive that they took this much creative liberty over it. And I was like, you could have just stuck to the stories they told. I don't know that it kind of. I think the positive thing I can say about this movie is just like we got more of Ed and Lorraine because that couple every time they're on screen doing couple shit. I don't give a damn about the demons anymore. It's just like, oh, look at them.
They're the best part.
The relationship goes for eternity.
The best part, and the relationship with Judy was really good. I like the son-in-law stuff. I like all of that. And there is, I will say, this one did scare me more than the third one. I'll give it that. There is a few scenes that did get me to jump. I will say there are a few scenes that got me to jump. And the only reason is because it's a creepy old lady. So they kind of have a crutch with that. Because if it wasn't a creepy old lady, I would like the guy that looks like the Joker with the axe. He was not terrifying at all. I did not give a crap about that. I was just like, okay, what is happening here? But like the old lady that's like, I think it's the mom of the girl. The guy with the axe is trying to kill the girl, and it's like the old elderly mom of that. When Judy is trying on her dress and she feels somebody under her dress and then you look and it's that jump scare, that little old lady, that creeped the crap out of me, but that scared me. I did jump in the theater, but that's because it's a creepy old person and that's one of my two where it gets me. So like, I can't give you too many points because it's an easy win for me.
You have to work for that win. You have to work for it.
But that was a good scene because she's like, who's touching me down there? And it's just a creepy old lady. Because that's just terrifying to think about in general. If you're trying on a wedding dress, I don't know why I just said if you're trying, like I would be trying on a wedding dress. But like the old lady just, if you look down, there's a creepy, decrepit old lady touching on you. Like that's terrifying to think about. I'll give them that. That's a creepy setup for sure.
Yeah, you're in a room full of mirrors too. And it's just like, oh God.
And then I did like the shot where it's like all the reflections of all her reflections are going down, but one of them is staying up. Like when she bends down, one of them is still up. I did like that, like an evil reflection type thing. That was a cool moment too. And I did like the end where they bring back characters from the first movie, the second movie, the third movie. They bring back I can't forget his name. Is it Jimmy? the helper. He's the Asian guy that helps him in the first.
Yeah, from the first movie. Yeah,
he comes back he's at the wedding at the end. The Perrin family is at the wedding, and the British family from the second one is at the wedding, and that gave me some nostalgia. It was like, we're ending it. Like it kind of ended it in like an MCU type of way, where it's like, here are your cameos, but it was cameo bait for sure. But it did. I was like, okay, that's a nice ending. So I will say this is a better movie than the third one for me. I think this is the third best Conjuring movie.
You hear that, Michael Chavez? You just got props.
But it's a B- for me.
I think this one's a C for me.
Yeah, let's hear Bella's thoughts. Me and Deontay have been over here talking. I want to hear more of your thoughts on this.
God, I felt like two different movies. I was like, we have this very intense, like, romantic storyline that we are arcing out that is very awkward and much more like rom-com. Like, literally, if we were to take all of those clips and splice them together, it would literally be like Meet the Parents, but Warren style. So, like,
yeah.
Yep.
For me, that was a big issue. And then all of the horror stuff felt like secondary to Judy's engagement. And I was like, this isn't even like well blended together as far as plot lines go. You just have horror stuff happening all of a sudden in like the second to last like chunk of this movie.
Hey, like, screw the Smurl family.
We don't focus on them whatsoever. Like, we just they're just there. And then they come in, they save the day. And then, hey, Judy's getting married. Yay. Like, that's it. That's it. I was like, what? How? Who? Where? Why? Who said this was a good idea? Who let this happen?
It was like, oh, this is supposed to be a proper send-off for the Warren family, huh?
It's like, it was just so neatly tied up with a bow, and like, we're gonna give them all a happy ending. I'm like, this is horror. No one gets a happy ending. No one.
Right.
Yeah.
I was so distressed.
That's correct. Oh my god!
I kind of lost it once that mirror levitated and started doing a bunch of spinning moves. I was just like, I kind of just checked out. Where I was just like, okay. Yeah. And then once they did the hand thing, I was like, okay, I'm done.
Like, I am tapping out. I did like the aerial shot that we get. Like the one cool shot of like I think it's the Beyonce outside with the car, and then it like goes up and over the house.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, that was cool. I'll give him that.
That was a cool shot.
Yeah.
I did like when they were moving the mirror and it got heavier, and like it started when because they wrapped it up and then the strap started breaking off while they were trying to get it out of the attic. That was a good like tension moment. I'll give it that. That was like it wasn't great, but it was a good tension moment where like the straps were coming off and they were trying to get out of the house with the mirror. So I'll give them that too. That was nice.
Man.
But like, I just thought of something else. Like when we go to like the production value and the set design of like the first movie for sure, and the second movie as well. I think I didn't mention that second movie. It's just as great. The set design, production design, set dressing, all of that. This movie didn't feel like it was in the 80s whatsoever. It felt like they just threw some 80s music and they made everybody look like old. They just took old cars and stuff. But it didn't feel like you were in the 80s. It felt like a modern day movie with modern day actors just wearing 80s clothes and stuff. It never felt real or lived in at all.
Yeah, and like even with Judy's costumes, like there were several moments where I was like, what time period are we in? Because it felt like a lot of the stuff from the 60s and 70s.
I agree. I had that same thought.
I was like, where are we in space and time? Can someone tell me?
I'm about to find this right now because 1964. What? Oh no! This is the birth of Judy. Okay, so
yeah,
I'm like the 60s for her birth makes sense.
It would be 1980. I think she was 22, so 1986.
Yeah.
Or 85. Well, 86, 87, something in there. So it should have been, and it felt like you said, like sometimes we were in the 70s, 60s.
Yep. 22 years later, the Smurl family moves to West Piston, Pennsylvania. Okay.
And it didn't even feel like Pennsylvania. Like Pennsylvania, you could make that that's like a obviously the steel mills and stuff, Steelers, stuff like that. They have the girl wear a Steelers shirt that's unbranded. It's not even really a Steel. It's just Steelers colors and the number. And I was just like, this is such a short film thing to do. It's like I was just like, this is a high budget horror film, and like I feel like this is something that I would do in a short film if I didn't have money. It's just, oh, let's get a black and yellow shirt and put the on so we can say that she's a Steelers fan because we're in Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's the only mention of Pennsylvania you really get. There's no like lived in world at all.
Everything about this film felt like they were phoning it in hardcore. ChatGPT may have been involved. Like,
probably.
Yeah. Chat. What's the best thing to do with a mirror? No. Oh no.
ChatGPT. How do we build suspense when trying to remove a mirror from an attic?
Yeah, like Michael Chavez, you're not it. I'm sorry, buddy. Maybe it's a scripture given, but I've seen your name. He's also a producer and writer on a lot of these, so I think I think his hands are pretty dirty in this as well because he is a producer and writer. So it's like I can't give you full. If it was a director for hire, maybe you could get a pass, but it wasn't. So
well,
Chavez.
Yeah. So there is always the defense that you can claim of the devil made him do it.
You know, I would believe that more than the actual case. I would believe that. Because you would have to be maybe possessed by the devil to direct something like this.
Right. Hey, you couldn't learn from
just
James
taking
Wan?
I'm not even taking little I'm taking like heavyweight haymaker shots at this guy. I'm sorry, Michael. I'm sorry. I didn't even mean to say that. You're not possessed by the devil. I don't mean that, Michael. I'm sorry. Please maybe be a better director. Please maybe go to film school again if you already went to film school. I don't know. SEMO is pretty cheap. That's where I went.
Maybe horror is just not for you, bro. Do rom-com.
Yeah.
Really, you wanted to tell a love story. That's all I'm saying.
You could do that, man.
That's all he ever wanted.
Like I said, like my university's pretty cheap. I don't know where you're from. You might be out of state, so you may pay more. But I mean, you could go to my film, you know, because I feel like I could have directed this movie. So if that's saying something, because I don't think I'm a great director. So that's saying something. If I say I think I could direct this movie, I've only said that about a few movies. So, Michael, you got to do better because if I'm on your level, then you're at the very bottom of the bottom of the bottom, buddy. Like, come on now. You can do better than me. Come on, Michael.
Come on, Michael. You were entrusted with the end of a Conjuring franchise.
James Wan entrusted you. A horror master entrusted you. And this is what you do. This is what you do. Look what you've done. Look at the mess you've made.
This.
Oh, God.
I feel like somebody's going to clip this and be like, this guy hates Michael and he's going to go after him or something.
You two will have to like fight to the death at Kapahar Park.
Oh, I'll do that all day. I can take Michael. I'm not scared of him. I've seen his directing style. We should have a direct off instead of a gun. Instead of like a what's it called? An old-fashioned Wild West shootout. We have a direct off where we just like, you know, we line up and we direct the same movie and see who makes the better movie. I promise you, Michael, I'm doing the better movie.
It's like Iron Chef.
Yeah.
It is.
But I'm doing the better movie, Michael. And that's sad if you see a movie made by Jacob Smith and you think, wow, that's a better directed movie than this movie by Michael Chavez. I have a Southeast Missouri film education. Southeast Missouri. It's not even like New York. It's not L.A. Southeast Missouri, buddy. Mm-hmm. Come on, you got to do better than that.
Exactly.
Shout out SEMO, though. Love you, SEMO. Shout out. I'm not trying to diss you, SEMO. Love you. Got my degree from you. Love you. Shout out all my SEMO peeps.
And the SEMO pisser. Shout out to him.
Don't shout out the SEMO pisser. Don't shout out him. He's scary. Okay, for Bella, if I got to explain this because Bella's going to be so like, what is going on? There's a guy on TikTok. called the SEMO Pisser because we live in Southeast Missouri. It's short SEMO. And he's been making TikToks where he goes around and pees at like different like famous spots in Southeast Missouri, especially like in Cape Girardeau, where Southeast Missouri State University, where the college I went to and Deontay went to, is at. And he makes videos of him peeing like at our football stadium and stuff, and it says the SEMO Pisser strikes again.
Huh.
So, yeah.
Well, that's a choice.
That's what goes on around here. So
that is. Uh-huh.
That perfectly sums up Southeast Missouri for you right there.
It is becoming viral on TikTok.
Yeah, dude has a lot, like thousands of views. It's crazy. But I didn't even know that as many people in SEMO. But yeah, I mean, y'all have anything else on Last Rites? What would you give Last Rites, Bella?
I think I said I'd give it a C.
C? Okay.
Yeah.
What did you say, Deontay? Did you say?
Let's see, because I gave The Devil Made Me Do It
a C plus.
Damn, so I'm gonna have to change my. I'm gonna have to
or
change
B. You said you said B minus, and then you said C plus. So
let's see. Damn, and maybe I scored it too high for The Devil Made Me Do It, because I outside of the wholesome moments that happened in Last Rites, I really don't have to dock the movie that hard. So I could say give it a solid B, but then that might be a little reach. I don't know.
No, if you give it a B, you give it a B. That's fine. I mean, I wouldn't be mad at that. I think it's competently enough made. Like it's well enough. It's just disappointing because it's supposed to be the last movie with the fictionalized Warrens.
Mm-hmm.
Let me say that. I don't support the real Warrens.
No.
Don't twist my words, people.
Just Patrick and Vera.
Patrick and Vera Farmiga only.
Hell yeah, I can rock with that.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, Deontay, what time do you have to go?
I got 17 minutes left.
All right. So for 17 minutes, let's go back.
Annabelle.
Exactly.
Annabelle.
We're on the same wavelength. We have to go back to technically the second installment in the Conjuring franchise. This is before Conjuring 2. I remember when Annabelle was actually bigger than the Conjuring 2 at my high school. Like I remember everybody talking about Annabelle. This is almost as big as the Conjuring, maybe even bigger. Like everybody was like Annabelle, like all this stuff. This is one I didn't watch till later either. I didn't watch this until after I saw like the first 2 Conjurings and maybe the first none actually. Like I didn't get to the Annabelle movies till way late. So I don't know. That's my experience. What's your experience, Deontay?
Yeah, but Annabelle's experience, like my memory comes and goes with Creation and comes home. 'Cause at the very least, I'm sure I've seen Creation, but comes home, like I don't even have like a starting point to work with for that. Annabelle is like the one movie in the franchise that could arguably like go to war with the first Conjuring. And I only say that just because it's more scary than it is Peril. And it's just like, because I don't want Peril to be like the running theme. Like, living in a haunted house with your entire family sucks and all the things that happen sucks. But it's a horror movie. I came here to get traumatized. So it's like, if I walk out the theater and I go home and I'm not at least a little bit paranoid about what's going on in my house when all my lights go off, the movie failed to do its job. I think Annabelle succeeded at least doing that, because there's one scene in particular that lives on my mind rent free. It's when the main actress is on the elevator and she gets to like the bottom floor of some building, and the door opens up. You see absolutely nothing, just 2 fences on both sides of her, and you don't know what the hell is going on. And she's just like, I just want to close the door so I can go back up to the top. The door is like taking forever to do it, and she looks away for like 1 second, then she looks back, and it's a goddamn demon at the end of that hallway. and it's peeking and looking at her, but I don't know if it's like about to charge at her or what. She sees it, she loses her damn mind, and she's just like, "Get me the fuck up out of here!" And I do not know why, but that put the fear of God in my soul, and I've never forgotten it ever since. And that is just one scene in particular where I'm like, yeah, Annabelle almost surpassed The Conjuring for me because that scene and like a couple others. Because it's like, what the hell's going on with this doll? Because this doll is like, first of all, Annabelle has a fucking body count. So many people have died from touching this doll and thinking that they can just take her here, there, and everywhere. Like you watch a pastor pick up the doll, the pastor gets, I think he gets ran over or something like that. Uh, Other people touch the doll and they die like not long after they touch her, and it's just like, dang, what all went down in making this doll uh, as powerful as it is? Because the demon is just like, you mess with me, I'm gonna drop you, and and there's like no other horror story told like that. It was just like this haunted doll, and it's possessed by, or at least a demon is stalking it. Very powerful demon. You mess with this doll, count your days, basically. So I take Annabelle very seriously. So I watch like, I don't know, somebody made a reel or a TikTok about visiting the museum and they see the real Annabelle behind the glass case. I'm like, yeah, I'm always in the background, like hyping the situation up. Like, yeah, bitch, open it up and touch it. Use your bare hands. And it's like, I don't know what it is. It's like an adrenaline rush for me. But Annabelle is just that serious of like a villain in this franchise. So I absolutely adored the first one. I kind of wish I remembered the other two so I could rank them, but I highly doubt the other two was better than the first. I highly doubt that.
Okay, I see that. I hate to kill your vibe, but it was definitely a disappointing after The Conjuring for sure. It definitely critically it's panned for sure. I think it's the most panned one. It's that Curse of La Llorona and The Nun. They're all kind of panned as like the worst. A lot of people think Annabelle was like one of the worst. I do think it is overhated. I will give it that. I think it has some merit to it. I actually prefer it over one of the favorites, and I'll say that a little later. But I do prefer it over maybe two of the favorites, one of the favorites at least. I will say it deserves. I went into it late, so I knew all the hate, and maybe that helped too because I had so low expectations because I knew everybody didn't like it, and like all my friends were like, "Oh, it was supposed to be so good," and then it was trash. And then so I watched it, and it scared me. I'll give you that. Like it does have some scary. It has a great the moment when she's in the house and the cult is like breaking in the house, and like you see the girl walking in the room or whatever, and she's like the pregnant lady is asleep on the couch. That's freaky. I'll give you that for sure. Anything with a pregnant woman in danger freaks me out. Like it adds. I guess that's kind of like a primal thing. I guess, but like when I see a pregnant woman on screen and like something, if somebody comes at a pregnant woman with a knife, it's just like, oh my God, like it like freaks, it adds a freak factor to it for sure. So that helps when she's pregnant in the beginning. I do think the demon that is following Annabelle, I like the look of it. It's like a goat looking sheep type with like horns. It's like actually a pretty freaky looking thing. And it's kind of an underrated design. And I think it's for sure better than the last two Conjuring movies. I'll give you that for sure.
Oh yeah.
Better than the first Nun for sure for me. Curse of La Llorona. It's better than four of them for sure. And I don't remember much about this movie. Besides that, I've only seen it once, and that was like back in 2019. But yeah, that's what I can remember as the scariest parts is like the whole cult that's in the house and like the whole scenes in the background and like the whole doll situation. And like there was a lot of tense scenes and it is more brutal. I'll give you that. There's more death and destruction around it. So I do like that. I do think it's disappointing overall, but I do like it. I think it deserves a little more love and a little more appreciation than the hate it gets, because I've seen it touted a lot as like the worst in the Conjuring universe, and I think there's 4 that are at least worse. So
I think all the hate might have been for Creation and Comes Home.
No, it was the first one. People love Creation. Like in the horror community, Annabelle Creation is like up there. Like I see this movie sometimes placed as like the best in the Conjuring franchise, Annabelle Creation, which isn't wild to me. I love David F. Sandberg. He directed one of my favorite horror films in Lights Out. That's in my top 10 favorite horror films. I think that is a great movie. I love how he took it from a short film that he made on YouTube with his wife and made a direct feature to it. Like, that's awesome. And I Lights Out will always have a special place in my heart. I watched it with the lights out. But I watched it with the lights out way back in high school, and it terrified me. It just scared the crap out of me. So I really like that movie. So I was excited to see him directing an Annabelle movie. Honestly, Annabelle Creation, I'm going to say it, I think it's bland, forgettable, and it's my least favorite of the Annabelle movies. I think Annabelle Comes Home is the best Annabelle movie. I said it. That's it.
Really?
Yeah, that's the one I like the most. Because it's just like a fun haunted house ride, because all the haunted artifacts are coming to life. The babysitter and are taking care of the Warren's kid. There's a werewolf in it. Like, there's just a bunch of fun haunted house, dumb fun to be had with Comes Home. And that's why it's my favorite. I also did see it in that was the only one I got to see in theater, so that I could help too. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that. But I think Annabelle is better than Annabelle Creation. That's a super hot take that I will probably get burned for by like horror communities. I can see my face now on like a horror community page on Facebook being like, look at this idiot. Look at this pale white boy thinking he knows horror. Look at him. Look at him. Sickly little boy.
Make sure that I do that anonymously for you, Jacob.
You know what? That's fine. Hey,
I will spearhead this and post you first.
Any publicity is good publicity. All right.
So true. So true.
So what do you think, Bella?
I'm gonna be so real with you. I do not have a solid recollection of watching any of these movies, with the exception of the first Annabelle. I remember being stressed watching the woman at the sewing machine because I kept thinking for certain there was going to be a jump scare with her like stitching her fingers. And that never happened. I was so upset. I was like, that was like totally right there and you didn't take the shot, but whatever. And that's all I remember from the first Annabelle film. I think I have like purged the remainder of that film from my memory. And I feel similarly about Annabelle Creation, and I have no proof of my ever having seen Comes Home. So,
wow.
That is fair.
I'm really sorry, guys. I feel like I let the team down on this one.
So the first Nun and Annabelle Comes Home were both Gary Doberman.
He directed the first Nun?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was Cary Fukunaga. What is his name? I thought.
He might have been one of producers,
or maybe no. Actually, you're right, because he started working on the Nun and then he got replaced. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was supposed to direct the Nun, but then he got replaced.
Yeah, Sandberg only did one movie out of this franchise. That was Creation.
And I love Sandberg. That's my guy. Like, Lights Out, like I said, top 10 favorite horror film of all time for me. Underrated horror film, in my opinion, of the mid 2010s. 2016 came out, something like that. But yeah, but like it's my least favorite Annabelle is his. It's just so bland. It's like an old farm Catholic schoolgirl house, and it's just kind of bland and just basic. People love it though. Like, people love that movie. I just don't care for Annabelle Creation. I think I'm with you, Deontay. I think Annabelle is scarier and better.
Yeah, I go for the fear factor of it, because it's like when you watch an Annabelle movie in general, the theme is if you touch this doll, there's a high chance you're going to get killed.
There's also just something very distinctly Rosemary's Baby in the essence of Annabelle. Like, we have pregnant woman in a cult, and that's really all you need.
That's all. That's all.
It always gave me Charles Manson vibes.
Yes.
The whole Sharon Tate situation. That the intro reminded me of like the Charles Manson murder. I think that's why. And it's kind of set in that same 60s time period. So I think that's maybe why it affected me too, because that murder, that the whole Manson stuff always has intrigued me. Obviously, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood's behind me. So yeah, maybe that is why I like Annabelle too, is because it kind of does its own thing.
Skelter.
It kind of has a Helter Skelter vibe for sure with that intro of the movie anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, say overall score for Annabelle, that would probably be the only other solid A for me, because fear factor alone.
Yeah, I feel like I would give Annabelle an A as well. From what I remember of it, I remember enjoying it.
Wow.
But I don't have like solid recollections of it.
I think when I watched it, I gave it like a B, so I'll go B.
Nice.
I can't remember. It's been so long. I'm old. I can't remember things.
Like I'm on vibes alone at the moment.
Right?
Yeah, we're just vibing. Like I said, nobody. I love my co-host. I'm the best. I'm the best like co-host ever, because like I'm not over here texting Bella and Deonta, you need to watch all 10 films before we do this. I'm just like, hey, you want to talk about the Conjuring movies? Like, I'm not a strict guy, so like so don't be mad at us. We didn't come in and watch all 10 films. I would never put these two through that torture, because it is in fact torture once you get past the second Conjuring. But yeah.
Yeah, we have a whole comment section, so don't be afraid to get in here and let your opinions go crazy, baby.
Please roast me. I want you to roast me, Just like, come on, be like, Jacob, you suck. You don't know anything about horror movies. Please,
Right?
I'll accept it. I'll take it.
Yeah, let your opinions fly in this bitch.
I'm an easy target. Well, Diego, you know what? I can totally see that. You know what? You're fine. You're good with that, buddy. I could see that. Very valuable.
Yeah, I will watch Creation and Comes Home tomorrow and keep you guys up to date on what my true scores are for this franchise. Mm-hmm.
Okay, but before you go, you have to tell us one thing, Deonta. What is your favorite? Well, actually, you said your favorite. I'm an idiot. Sure. You said your favorite, The Conjuring and Annabelle. Okay, those are your top two.
Mm-hmm.
Those are your top two. All right, that's actually a very original top two for sure. I can't roast you. I'm too nice. Diego, take that niceness out of you. I don't care. Take it out. I'm okay.
Free the beast.
I'm mentally strong. Free the beast. But yeah,
if Bella can crash out, you can do it too.
Yes.
I won't cry. I'll cry later, but I won't cry on camera. But yeah, okay. So I guess we'll let Deonta go, and me and Bill will tackle the last three.
The Nun. I think we're just on the Nun now, aren't we? Or do you want to?
La Llorona.
So honestly,
forgot about that one.
Since we did Annabelle 1. There is Creation and Comes Home.
Yeah, we could talk. I would like to say a few more things about Comes Home, maybe, but other than that, yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to get the Annabelle out of the way since it's one of your favorites before you had to leave.
Yeah, because I wanted to review The Long Walk with you guys, but I won't be able to do that tonight. Would y'all like to do that tomorrow?
I don't know if I'll be able to or not.
I do not either. So I'm going to give a tentative yes, but I'm also very much down to reschedule that.
We could definitely schedule that one for later for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we can see how it goes at the end of this stream. We could, if we have time, maybe me and Bella can do a short thing on it, and then you could post it.
That works.
Just because I don't know, the way life's going for me right now, I don't know if I'll be able to tomorrow or not. If I'm being honest.
Yeah, because I'm available Thursday through Saturday as long as it's like after I get home from work. So,
okay.
So if let me know whatever you guys come up with, because man, that was a damn good movie. I gotta film myself talking about it.
But we'll see. We'll talk about it. We'll figure it out. Me and Bo will work it out.
For sure. For sure.
We got you. We got you, dog.
Bet.
Now go to your lovely place. I'm not going to say where because I don't want anybody to follow you.
Go be in a
yeah, I'm going to go bingo with Skinwalkers in Marble Hill. So you
Oh,
guys,
don't say that. So there's going to be some crazy fan, dude.
Oh shit! Yeah,
You
that
just
was
doxed yourself.
I did dox myself.
Yeah.
Wow. Nobody's going to know where that's at anyway. It's okay.
Right, and they'll probably be scared shitless when they finally come here.
Yeah,
and see
they'll see a bunch of woods. They'll be like, "Oh, I'm out."
Yeah, I'm good. No cell phone service out here. This is a big ass Wendigo. Yeah, I'm cool.
Plot twist: I'm the Wendigo.
Who would have thought?
Alrighty. Well, peace out, Deontay.
All right. Everything you need is in the banner section and the media assets section. So if you want to throw some visuals or some banners, go right ahead. Don't forget to end the stream when you guys are done because that thing will run forever.
I'll end it.
All right.
Be safe.
Bella, Jacob, you guys have an awesome Tuesday night.
You too.
You three.
Peace.
Love you.
Love you guys. Bye-bye.
Hey.
Now there was one and a pale white guy.
Hey. All right. So you want to say a few things about Annabelle Comes Home, right?
Yeah, Annabelle Creation we kind of touched on already. You don't remember anything really?
So I remember the house because it kind of looked like it was on like a plantation, if I'm not mistaken, like kind of just like a rickety old farmhouse.
Yeah, it's some kind of. I remember the guy holding the cross and his fingers get popped. He's like holding a cross and his fingers get like snapped all the way back.
Yeah, I don't remember that. I just remember the house.
And I remember a handicapped girl in a wheelchair and like the demon's like pushing her and she thinks it's her friend, but it's actually the demon trying to push her down the well. I remember.
That's right. Yeah.
I need to rewatch it, honestly.
I have faint recollections. I couldn't tell you what the whole story is with the doll in it, though.
Well, that's the little banner for Annabelle Creation, and that's Annabelle Creation, guys.
Hey, Annabelle Comes Home, which I have never seen.
Annabelle Comes Home.
There's a werewolf in this?
Yes. That was Annabelle Creation, guys. Sorry, I'm not Deontay here. Deontay's so much better at this than me. I miss my man already. Annabelle Comes Home. I saw this in theaters.
How was it?
I loved it. Actually, I didn't love it. I saw it with one of my high school buddies. It was great. When was 2019? So good times, good vibes. It's just it's a fun haunted house movie. That's what it is. It's the Warrens' daughter Judy when she's younger, played by McKenna Grace, who's a great young actress.
Love McKenna Grace.
Yes, she's a great young actress, and some other blonde girl from is one of the babysitters and she's in Jumanji, the newer Jumanji.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah,
she plays like the dumb blonde stereotype in Jumanji.
Yes, I know exactly who you're talking about.
She's one of the babysitters, and then there's another one of the other actress has been in other stuff. I can't remember what she's been in, but and the Warrens are in it for a little bit. I think they're in it for like 5-10 minutes. They're in it. It's fun. It's just a fun haunted. It basically takes place all in the Warrens' house. The babysitters basically, they're teenage girls, so they're gonna go into the haunted artifacts room and they start touching things and start messing with things, and they accidentally unleash Annabelle. One of the babysitters does, and then Annabelle starts to unleash all the other all the other entities tied to the artifacts. So it's very fantastical haunted house because it's like all these different like there's a bride that killed her husband that's actually really terrifying in the movie. She's actually, because she comes at the little like Judy, she's like a 12-year-old girl and it's like she's chasing her with a knife and she almost stabs her. Like it's got some good scary jump scare moments. There's the ferryman. He's got like, he died and they put like coins over his eyes, so he's like a dead dude with coins over his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
and there's like it's cool little different ones, and then there's a werewolf tied to it's like a werewolf demon spirit thing that chases. There's a guy in the movie that's also been in a lot of movies that likes one of the babysitters and is trying to ask her to prom or a dance or something, and he's outside and it chases him and kills a bunch of the chickens in the chicken coop. I think I want to say they have like chickens at their house. I think that's what happens. It's been a few years.
Fascinating. I feel like this one is just like chaos mode.
It's like an hour and a half. It flies by. It's like a 90-minute. Just
so much to put in a 90-minute feature.
Yeah, it is. Nothing is really fleshed out. It's just like a 90-minute. Let's throw everything. Let's take these artifacts. There's a scary bride that killed her husband. And then the thing she holds from the first movie. We forgot to talk about that scare about the little boy that pops up in the first movie when she's holding like she lifts it up and it plays the music and it's a swirly mirror in the first movie. It's like a little box. You know what I'm talking about?
I do. I think I recall this. Yeah.
The little boy shows up.
Yeah.
Because like the youngest girl was talking about like her friend is there. It's her friend. She becomes friends with it in the first movie. That's a good scare that I forgot to mention about the first movie. But good scare from The Conjuring. But yeah, that's that.
Annabelle.
Love you, Blake. I know why you're out, buddy. I hope you have fun. I know where you're going. I know where you're at. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I hope you have fun, buddy. I know you have surgery tomorrow. Hope you do good. Hope it all goes well. Everything goes well with your surgery, buddy. You got this, man. And thanks for all the support on my posts lately. Appreciate it, bro. And then basically described it. Yes, Diego's right. That's basically Annabelle Comes Home. It's just chaos in the Warren house. Let's just take a bunch of artifacts and have fun with it is what it is. And that's why I like it, because it's not trying to be highbrow. It's not trying to be something it's not. It's let's have fun with the Warren artifacts kind of thing. So I like that. I do really like that.
The artifacts are the best part. Like,
that whole room is dope. So like, I really like that a lot. So that's, yeah, I'd give it a B. Annabelle Comes Home. It's better than Annabelle Creation. No, I think I'd give it a B+ when I watched it, but I'd give it an A-. Holy crap. It's been so long since I've seen it that I reviewed it on my old review page, like 2 back, like not even the edition before Jacob's Film Perspectives, the edition before that. Like, but God, that's been a long time. I did a written review on Instagram for it, but yeah, it's I'd give it like a B now. It's a dumb fun, like you have your friends over. It's a fun like date movie type thing where you just put it on for scares, jump scares type thing. It's yeah. I'd put it above Creation though, and the first Annabelle. I think it's the best Annabelle movie, but that's just me.
Slide.
And then we're talking about The Nun. The Nun.
I'm so sorry. I'm going to be even more disappointing. I have not seen either of the Nuns, and I have also not seen La Llorona. So.
And you love The Conjuring too, and you didn't even watch The Nun. You know what though? It's probably for your best benefit is to keep your sacred experience of Conjuring 2 and not let The Nun taint what you think of The Nun. You know. Kind
of why I didn't. It's like I had bad vibes about it. I saw it. I saw like all the ads. I was like, I just don't think it's for me.
It is. The first one is the second. Before La Llorona, it was my worst in the franchise. It's the second worst Conjuring film franchise, I think. It is a haunted house movie, like Comes Home, but done worse. Where it's like I've never been to Universal Horror Nights, but I feel like it's one of those things you'd experience. One of those Halloween houses, Universal Horror Nights. I feel like it's just the movie. Like that's what it is, basically. They go to this abbey that's like in Spain, I guess, Rome, Spain, Catholic nuns. A nun kills herself. They cast Vera Farmiga's sister, Thaisa Farmiga, and she's a really good actress. I like her, but it's kind of weird to cast her in the same franchise because so many people made the ties of like, oh, that's that's Lorraine when she's young. She used to be a nun, like because they look so similar as sisters.
Yeah.
That people made that. So that was kind of a weird casting because it's not related at all. But yeah, that's weird casting. I was so excited for this. Came out 2018. Me and my friend went and saw it opening weekend because it was right after we watched the first two Conjurings. I showed him the first two Conjurings. We were so hyped. And it had a great director behind it at the beginning, and then he backed out, and good thing he did, apparently. And then Michael Chavez, I guess, came in. I think he was one that, or no, Gary Dauberman, Deontay said did that. So he did, the guy that did Annabelle Comes Home. That makes sense, actually, because they're both kind of haunted house movies. And it's this Abby. She goes there. She's talking to nuns, but the nuns aren't actually there. Like, I don't get. Do you care if you get spoiled?
No.
Okay. I was trying to explain it without getting spoiled, but if you don't care, I'm gonna.
Give me all the spoilers.
So basically, she thinks she's seeing all these nuns and talking to these nuns, and there's like a head nun, but really, she's the only one there. And all these have been like apparitions that the Valak has made, like the demon has made her think she's seeing and talking to these people, but she's really not. And somehow she has to get the blood of Jesus Christ to vanquish Valak. And it's like underground in this, like, because it happened during the Crusades. They built a hole in the floor. I said, this movie sounds awful just describing it.
Yes.
They built a hole in the floor, and it's like a tabernacle thing. It's got like a cross on it, and it's like it contains the blood of the last blood of Jesus Christ somebody collected from him when he was dying on the cross. And they carried it with them on the Crusades as like to cast out demons. They used it, and they buried it under this church, this abbey, and that's where this nun is taken off to, because this one nun that works there killed herself. That was supposed to take care of it, like a caretaker for the abbey.
Fascinating.
And the church sends Thaisa Farmiga to go over there. And she encounters Valak. There's a priest that comes along with her to help that's kind of around the area. People are very, like, the abbey's very secretive. Nobody wants to talk about it. And, like, there is, I think, one nun that works there that actually is there and, like, is trying to keep it quiet and like, don't tell anybody, this is very secretive or whatever. And basically scary stuff. It's just a bunch of jump scare stuff popping out everywhere. Just turn around, nothing there, turn back around, loud noise, none. Like jump scare city. It's the worst offensive jump scares for sure in the franchise. It's all jump scares basically. There is a few that get you because it is Valak. Valak is a scary entity. So there is a few that get you, but it's not like it's like, oh, I'm scared, and then it's over. But like yeah, so she breaks in the ground, she gets the blood, she starts to possess Thaisa Farmiga's character. And then Thaisa Farmiga breaks the tabernacle, and the nun thinks that the blood is spilt or whatever, so she doesn't have to worry about it. Thaisa Farmiga somehow has the blood in her mouth, and then she spits it in Valak's face, and that vanquishes Valak. And there's like an immigrant guy that like works for the abbey, and he's like the caretaker there too. Mm. And his name is Frenchie. He's a French guy that like ran away from the war, and they call him Frenchie. And like she kind of has like a little romance flirtation thing with him, and like the nun's trying to kill him too, and he's trying to save her, Thaisa Farmiga's character. And yeah, that's the nun.
Fascinating.
I have no idea, really. I don't remember much about it.
I love how you just gave me a whole summary and then say, I don't remember much about it.
I feel like that wasn't a good summary, but thank you. I appreciate that because that's all I can think about. So yeah, the nun, I think it's like a D+, 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 D+.
Cool. D is for devil.
It's just not that. But now.
The Nun 2?
I want to do the Nun 2. Let's do the Nun 2 for last because I have nicer things to say. I don't want to end on a bad note. I don't want to be a booty hole all night. I've already done that to Michael. But we're about to beat up Michael again. Deontay does not have a thing for Curse La Llorona, so I'm sorry, guys. I cannot put a picture. But you get the vibe. It's Curse La Llorona. We're going to put in Jacob's film perspectives anyway. And, yeah, Diego said the Nun 2 is actually not that bad. We'll get to that. It really isn't. Curse La Llorona, obviously, I feel like everybody knows La Llorona. You know the story of La Llorona.
I know the myth. I don't know the movie, but I also heard it was terrible. And I'm going to be so real. Did not realize it was associated with the Conjuring franchise.
Deontay said the exact same thing, and that's why he didn't have the banner. He was upset. He was like, man, I forgot the banner. I was like, that's okay, because it is not – it says at the bottom – like I have the Blu-ray, and the slipcover says from the Conjuring universe at the very bottom in small font. So I feel like they buried it on purpose.
Yeah.
Which is so weird because the guy that directed this, they handed the reins to the last two Conjuring films. So if you buried his first film, why would you give him the reins to your most important head tentpole of franchise? But okay. But whatever you're doing over there, I think it's who owns them? Legendary? I don't know. Sony? I don't know. I don't know who does them. Warner Brothers. I'm an idiot. Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers, what are you doing? But yeah, so the Curse of La Llorona is basically like the myth about the woman that drowned her children, and she weeps around the water to try to lure people, I think, to drown them, drown kids specifically. And it's about that. It's about this border town that's on the border in like the 70s, 80s, 90s. I don't know. Some time period that's not ours. And Linda Cardellini is actually in it. And she's actually, a decent, really good actress in a lot of things. So it's kind of odd that she's in that movie. And there's Raymond Cruz is in it too. I don't know if you know him. He has a lot of bit parts in a lot of movies. He's been in like Breaking Bad. He's a really good actor too. Mm-hmm. But it's about this border town. I don't know why La Llorona kills this kid, kills somebody. Yeah, kills this mother, drowns her kids. And Linda Cardellini, her husband is a cop or used to be a cop, so she's somehow connected. And she goes to the crime scene, and there the mother. No, I'm an idiot. She's a social worker. Social worker. That's what it is. Social worker. And the mom kills her kids, or like abuses them, tries to drown them. Yeah, she puts them in a closet, and then she ends up. And she's the girl's social worker, like caseworker that's on this case. And I think she ends up drowning the kids, I want to say. And the whole time, this girl is like, this entity is trying to get me to kill my kids. And nobody's believing her, obviously. They think, oh, you're insane. You need to go to this asylum or whatever. You need to be committed. And she gets mad at Linda Cardellini she singles her out for some reason and basically puts the curse onto her. And now La Llorona is going after her kids. And so she starts showing up in her house. And then she calls Raymond Cruz, who is a priest, but he's a priest in like because it's on the border of Mexico, and it's a more like Mexican-centric part of the town where like it's more like the immigrants are down there, and it's more like people that have just like crossed the border, and like that kind of culture from Mexico is more. And he's kind of not like a official priest. He's kind of like in that kind of culture. So she goes to him because of La Llorona is obviously in that's a Mexican myth, right? Mexico is where it's.
La Llorona is a Mexican myth, yeah.
Okay. I wanted to say Latin America, but I was trying to figure out. But I knew it was one of the, because Mexico is different from Latin America, I know, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm smart, guys. I'm actually smart. But anyway, yeah. So anyway, I'm an idiot. That happens. She goes to meet him. He tells her to like put salt on the door, put salt outside the door, that classic stuff. And she does it. It works. And then the daughter loses her toy and like knocks the salt out. This little La Llorona comes back in, and then she tries to kill her kids. And Linda Cardellini somehow appeals to the La Llorona demon ghost thing about kids, and like La Llorona starts crying and decides to join her kids in the afterlife, I think.
Well, okay.
Help Raymond Cruz the priest. That's all I can really say about that movie. It's trash. It's the worst. It's worse than The Nun. The only reason The Nun is better is because The Nun it has Balak in it, and La Llorona is more of a realistic myth, but or it could be real. I don't know, but at the same time, it's not a very visually appealing. It's just a lady in like a gown, and she's just like black tears, and it doesn't like the design of her, at least in the movie, is not very terrifying. So yeah, it's just that. It's awesome. Really just it's awful. Did I watch that in theaters? I did not watch that in theaters, actually. I watched it at home. Yeah, it's not good. It's the worst one. I'd probably give it like a D-. D. It's like a D-.
Wow. I think that's the lowest ranking you've given this evening.
Yeah, it's right there with The Nun. The Nun gets like a D, so like it's just right there. It's just not good. I don't know. That's La Llorona for people. And that's all I want to say about La Llorona because I don't care. Bye, La Llorona. Bye. The Nun 2 to finish it off. Hello, The Nun 2.
Woo! So what happens? Where are we now in time and space with The Nun?
The Nun 2 is actually a very surprising movie. I don't care what anybody says. Diego's with me on this. Diego, back me up in the comments. You're my boy for that. Or girl, whatever you prefer. It is a big improvement on the first Nun. It came out 2 years ago, 2023. I saw it twice in theaters. I actually liked it enough I watched it twice because I have friends that have crazy schedules. So that's usually how I end up seeing most movies twice, is because I watch it with one friend and then another friend's like, hey, you want to watch it? I'm like, I'm going to watch a movie again if you ask me. So like,
oh, literally. Yeah.
That's the grown up life for you people. Don't grow up.
No.
You can never plan things with friends. It's always just crazy all over the place. But anyway, The Nun 2, saw twice in theaters. Really liked it. Taissa Farmiga's back. She goes to another abbey. Oh, I forgot about something. At the end of the first Nun, it ties into the first Conjuring movie because you know the clip they show about in the first movie when they're doing their presentation at the colleges and like the places.
Mm-hmm.
The script they show, the video they show, like the projection of the possession, the demon possession they're working with, the guy.
Yes.
That's Frenchie from The Nun. That has the upside down, because he gets at the end of the movie, it's revealed that he's the one that shows up in the first Conjuring video, and at the end you think everything's okay. Taissa Farmiga and this Frenchie guy are going to get together or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Even though she's a nun, so I don't know how that would work. But he has you can see his cross. It shows a mark of an upside down cross in his neck, and it's like, oh, it's like the stinger at the end of the movie. And then it opens, it shows the first of the Conjuring. So it's kind of like an after credit MCU type thing where it's like, oh, it ties together.
Gotcha.
So in this movie, she goes to another abbey. Some reason Frenchie is there too. I cannot. Diego, if you're in the comments still, help me out with this. It's been 2 years since I've seen it. She goes to this other abbey. The nun, some reason, follows her, and Frenchie follows her too, where he's a caretaker at this abbey now. But this abbey is full of like Catholic schoolgirls. Like it's a bunch of little like middle school aged Catholic schoolgirls. Like it's full. Like it's like a full school. So there's a lot more stakes. I think that helps it because obviously you don't want to see little girls get murdered. And it starts out with a little girl actually ends up there's different cliques, and there's this one girl that stands out. Frenchie is working at the school, I think. Oh yeah, he's working at, I don't know how he got there, but he's working at the school.
Good for Frenchie. Working his way up in the world.
And for some reason, the nun follows Thaisa Farmiga. No, I'm an idiot. Okay, I got this. Frenchie starts working at the school. Thaisa Farmiga starts getting weird signs, like the nun is sending her signs. The nun sends her to the school, actually. That's what happens. It's like she's like still haunting her after the events from the first movie, while also possessing Frenchie. I don't know how Valak can do all this, but we'll just let it slide.
Valak is powerful.
Apparently, because somehow is possessing Frenchie while also messing with this girl on an entire different continent or something. But so she gets Thaisa Farmiga to the school to help Frenchie out. But the nun starts at the school, and she actually, there's like cliques, and there's like this one, it kind of follows some like girl dynamics where like, you know, there's the popular girls, and then there's this girl that's kind of shy and like a hermit or whatever, and she's having trouble, and it kind of follows them. That's kind of the boring part. Not to downplay the girls' situation, but anyway, and a nun ends up dying somehow. They kill the head nun. The nun kills the head. The valet kills the head nun somehow. And then there's like a little immigrant girl that like works there, and like she's very poor, and she brings the supplies to the school because they're in like Spain, Rome, somewhere. There's somewhere where the abbeys, where the Catholic schools are back in the day. I don't know. I'm not Catholic. I don't know these things. And basically, it starts with her killing a young girl. Like I think multiple young girls die in this movie. So like there's actual like child murder, like stakes. Like it's pretty dark in some places. And like the way she kills this girl, I won't say, because I actually think you should probably check out The Nun 2, but it is a very brutal kill, and it's like in the first 10 minutes of the movie, and it kind of sets the tone where it's like, dang, we're going there? Like, okay. Like, if you kill a kid in the first 10 minutes, then it's like all bets are off. I've said this before on the podcast. And so, yeah, that happens. A child dies. And then Thaisa Farmiga is trying to stop Valak, and Valak is like showing up and all the, like as she's traveling to this abbey, trying to get to this abbey, and sending her signs. Valak is like haunting her in all these different places. Like there's a newspaper stand. I've been talking too long. Newspaper stand where it's like all the newspapers start like flipping, going crazy, and there's a great scare where like the nun builds herself out of like pictures of the newspaper. It's like a really cool put together built scare down this dark alleyway. And but it's all in the nun's head. It's like messing with her head, like it's all mental games. And like she also kills a priest. Like a priest gets brutally murdered in this movie too, that tries to help Thaisa Farmiga. And it's just like a really good, it's like what the first movie should have been.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. Diego says that's a great scene. The newspaper stand is a great scene. Yes, I still remember that to this day. It's not great. Like I gave it a B+ when I watched it. I'd still give it a B+. I think it's good. I like it better than. I think it's better than all the Annabelle movies. Actually, I'd put it over the Conjuring 3 and 4 as well. I think it's actually, it might be my third favorite in the franchise. Then that makes it third. So yeah. Probably would be my third favorite in this franchise. It is that good for me. I like it. It just Valak is actually more Valak in this movie, where she's not just or he, she, whatever, is not just haunted house horror ride animatronic, because that's what she kind of is in the first movie. Is like just pops out at you. In this movie, it actually does things like it's killing priests. It's following her throughout this whole journey. It's kind of like an Indiana Jones vibe too. Because she's like, she's like globetrotting, because she's like going to Rome, and then she goes to other places, and like it even shows like the map, like in Indiana Jones, of her like traveling. It has like the map like it definitely was inspired by Indiana. I think that's why it gets points with me too, because I love the Indiana Jones, the original 3.
Yeah.
Like, obviously Raiders and Temple of Doom are 2 of my favorite movies, so like of course I'm gonna like that. So it has like a globetrotting vibe, but then it also is more menacing and like darker than a lot of them because it's killing kids and a priest, and it's just kind of all culminates. The culmination is kind of weak. The CGI, because it's like a big CGI like fest at the end, and I don't really care for the ending. The way she vanquishes the nun is not that intriguing, but it just has higher stakes because it's putting these. Because you do care about these young girls, and you don't want to see them die, obviously.
Yeah.
So like, it has higher stakes than a lot of the movies because she's terrorizing these young girls to get to Thaisa Farmiga's character. And yeah, there's a lot of good like little scares and tension setup building scenes, and it's by far the best Nun movie and the best spinoff for sure for me. But yeah, that's the Nun 2.
Fascinating.
That's crazy.
Wow. Did we just complete the entire Conjuring franchise?
I think we did. It was wonderful.
Oh.
Am I dying?
I don't know. Either you died or I died or we both died. I'm not sure.
StreamYard, don't kill me today.
I have no idea what you said before.
Oh, I said I think we did. I mean, that's basically all I have on the Nun 2. I'll show the picture again just because it's cool.
That is a cool shot.
2. Oh, there is a scene with a confession, because that's part because of the poster that reminded me. There is a confessional scene that's actually pretty a dope scare too. So like it has really good scares. I like the Nun 2. Some people say it's just like the first one, and like they put it with the first one. I think that's a crazy take. Because like if you have any filmmaking bone in your body, I feel like you could see that they actually tried in the Nun 2 because there are actually some creative things they do, and they take influences from like Indiana Jones in there. It's like it's just cool. I liked it. So yeah, the Nun 2, underrated. I think. Shout out.
Slay.
I don't know who directed that. Did Michael Chavez direct that? If you did, I don't care about you did that. Are you looking it up?
I'm looking it up.
Okay. I was going to pull my phone out.
Michael Chavez.
Oh my gosh, you got me. I'm sorry, Michael. I'm sorry. He didn't write it?
Who wrote it? Let me see. It does not appear he wrote it.
Okay. Well, that makes a lot of sense then. But no, I'm sorry, Michael. You did actually make a really good Nun 2. I'll give you that. Michael, I take back 10% of what I said tonight for the Nun 2. I'll go 20%. I'll be nice. 20%. I'll take back 20% of what I said. You're still kind of a bad director, bro. But yeah, the Nun 2. Hey, every what's the phrase? Every something gets something at some point in their time. Every
rose has its thorn.
That's a song, isn't it?
It is.
Every blind duck finds an egg every once in a while, or something like.
I don't know this phrase.
I think it's every blind duck finds an egg every once in a while, or something. I think that's apparently one off from Michael Chavez. Oh, God, this feels like a Michael Chavez hate fest. But I'm sorry, buddy. But I just gave you love for the Nun 2, though. You made the best Conjuring spinoff. So there you go, buddy. Congrats to you. I am proud of you, Michael. I don't know why I added that. That was dumb. I'm sorry. I'm not Deontay. I'm not a master. But yeah, so that's the Conjuring franchise. I guess to end it off, where would you rank these? Like, what is your ranking? Obviously, you can't rank 3 of them, but out of the 7, if you had to rank, we got Deontay's top 2. So
Conjuring 2 is my top, followed directly by Conjuring 1.
Okay.
And then I think I would put Annabelle below that, and then Annabelle Creation, and then I would put Last Rites. And Devil Made Me Do It is my bottom.
That's a good list. Again, another inventive list. And people are going to be pissed no Annabelle creation love is being shown, because I see that movie being defended all the time in horror circles. But I'm sorry.
I don't remember it. Like, I remember the first one. I don't remember the second.
Same thing. And I think Annabelle is that. For the Jacob Film Perspectives take, all 10, my God.
Yeah.
The Nun, number 10. I'm going backwards. The Nun, number 10. Oh, no. Curse of La Llorona, number 10. I forgot about it. It was so bad. Number 9, The Nun. Number 8, The Devil Made Me Do It. Yeah. Number 7, Conjuring Last Rites. Number 6, Creation. 5, Annabelle. 4, Comes Home. 3, Nun 2. 2, Conjuring 2. 1, The Conjuring.
Solid.
People are going to murder me for that.
Hey, I'm probably not going to get too much love for mine either, so it's okay.
I knew it.
Not.
I knew it. Best Conjuring spinoff was Annabelle Creation. I know people, you know what? You're in the right, Diego, because everybody on the internet would agree with you on that for sure, and the critics would too. I think it has the highest critic score out of all the spinoffs. So, yeah, I mean, you're not wrong, Diego, but yeah, not for me. Not for me. I think The Nun 2 is better, and Annabelle Comes Home, and Annabelle, but if we're going spinoffs there. But, yeah, I mean, that's about it for the Conjuring franchise. 10 movies. We did that very short time, actually, for 10 movies. Because, God, that's a lot of talk. That's a lot of material. Holy crap.
Yeah.
But we came back.
We did that.
We did that. We came back after a long time. I think this is like, is this your first podcast this year? No, we did one in January and February. We did 2, and we did back to back. So yeah, this is your third actually. Wow.
Yeah.
Look at us. You've almost done as many as me, and wow. And I'm the host. What the heck?
I'm honored to be here.
What's wrong with me? But anyway, I'm sorry, guys. I said it, and I'll say it again. Daddy left you, but Daddy's back. Daddy is here, and Daddy will kiss the boo-boo. Okay? So if you ever have scary thoughts, if you ever think that the world is cold and a dark place, and right now it looks a lot like it is. I know how a lot has happened. Not
every week is a new fresh hell.
Every week, a new fresh hell. You know, Jacob's Film Perspectives. I know people hate when I say. I've had people tell me this, that I should speak out more, but you know what? I'm a very neutral person. I'm just neutral. I'm sorry, but so I don't get political on here. But it has been a crazy month in America for sure. I know some people may be watching this in other countries, but it's crazy to think about other countries watch this. You probably can't understand the thing I'm saying. You're probably, this guy is from Alabama. But anyway, I actually do have intelligence. I'm sorry. I may not seem that way, but I do. It's been a crazy month in America. It's scary out there, guys. But I want you to know that Daddy's here for you. Daddy will kiss the boo-boo. If you ever feel down about the world, type up Jacob's Film Perspectives. And you can find 19 episodes of wonderful conversations with people like Bella. We got Mac, we got Lawson, we got Nick, we got Deontay, of course, on every episode. We've had a few other guests, and I'm forgetting at this time. I'm sorry, guests. Don't murder me. You're welcome, son or daughter. You're welcome. Your list. Oh, we got a list. Conjuring 2, number 1. You're on Bella team there. Team Bella. Conjuring, okay. Creation, Comes Home. Last Rites, Devil Made Me Do It. That's where you lost me. Nun 2, La Llorona. Annabelle, Nun. That's where you lost me. Annabelle being second to last. I think you're sleeping on Annabelle, Diego.
It's a little.
And Nun 2. You're sleeping on Nun 2 and Annabelle. Devil Made Me Do It. All right. I respect it. Last Rites, I can respect it because of the ending. I like that top. That's a good top 4 though. Solid top 4. I really like that top 4. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, out of all the pain and suffering in this world right now, I want you to know that Jacob is here for you in spirit. I mean, obviously I'm one person, so I can't be for everybody. But you can watch my videos, watch my podcast, and know that Jacob is here.
Yeah.
And I'm here all the time. And you know what? Watch my reels. Watch my reactions. I do those. I'm still doing those, shockingly. I did one the other day of One Battle After Another, the new Paul Thomas Anderson film that everybody is going crazy for. And this is a part for me to take my grievance out. I'm not going on a tangent here. I promise. I'm just saying there are a few people that in the comments of my TikTok video try to come at me because I gave it a 4 out of 5 and didn't give it a 5 out of 5 masterpiece like everybody on the internet is giving it. And they try to come at me and say, I don't know what I'm talking about. And they said, kind of got rude with me. And like, come on, it's a movie take is all I'm saying. And I just want to come on here and say, hey, guess what? You're a loser. I'm sorry. You're probably not a loser. I'm probably the loser. But I'm sorry I didn't love One Battle After Another as much as y'all did. I still think it's a great movie. It's in my top 20 of the year. It's not a masterpiece. I think it is overhyped. But definitely go check it out if you have not seen One Battle After Another in theaters. Have you seen it, Bella?
I have not seen it yet.
I know you've been busy, but so if you do have time, go watch it for sure. It is worth the watch. It is top 20 of the year for sure. You may love it more than me.
I'm curious.
The internet loves it. The internet's calling it a masterpiece.
I've heard a lot of buzz about it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy buzz. It deserves it. It deserves most of the love. It's a little overhyped, but I still think it's a great movie. But yeah, reaction for that you get me out of the theater fresh with my thoughts, what I think about it. I think the last one I did was Fantastic Four before that, so God, it's been a while. So yeah, I had that. I know I need to do more. I had somebody tell me the other day that I should do more written reviews, and I probably should. But I just don't feel like people read that much, so that's why I don't do it. But if you Substack, I have a buddy that has Substack, but I don't think anybody would join my Substack. I think everybody would be like, "Who is this guy?"
I think it's a confidence issue, and that you can do anything you set your mind to.
Wow, and powerful moment. You just saw me be empowered. Thank you, Bella. Yep. I appreciate that.
No problem.
You know what? I should try it. You know what? A little tease. Substack, maybe coming. JFP Substack, maybe. You guys.
You at least have me as a subscriber, guaranteed.
I appreciate that. That's so sweet.
No problem.
Yes. A Substack may be coming actually then, because that's actually pretty cool. But yeah, I plan to post more on Instagram. I want to see the Smashing Machine. I can't talk. Coming out this weekend. I probably won't be able to see it this weekend. I got a lot going on, but. What else is coming out? The Black Phone 2.
Tron Ares.
Oh, Tron Ares. You know what? I just watched the Tron movies for the first time, actually. 2 months ago? Yeah, 2 months ago on Disney Plus. I think the first Tron's amazing. I thought it was a great 80s movie. The second Tron, I think, is just okay.
That's so fair.
I know people love it. I know the Daft Punk soundtrack slaps. It does. It has great visuals. I'll give you that. Besides the Jeff Bridges CGI is rough. But Tron Legacy was kind of just boring to me. Besides the Daft Punk score is the best part of that movie. And it kind of carries. But the first Tron, I think, is an underrated 80s movie. I actually really think they did for what the time is crazy what they did in the 80s. Go watch Tron if you have not seen the original Tron.
Correct.
Actually, it's on Disney Plus. Everybody has Disney Plus nowadays. Watch it. It's great. Underrated 80s film. But yeah, Tron Ares is coming out. Possibly an episode. I don't know though, because Jared Leto is the main guy. And why did you cast Jared Leto in why Disney? Why
Disney? Generated. And honestly, I kind of believe Jared Leto is too.
It does fit in that kind of way. You're right. Maybe I'll just look at it in that way. Like Jared Leto's not even real.
Jared Leto's not real.
His best role is Paul Allen in American Psycho. Always will be. And But yeah, Tron Ares coming out. October is a stacked month, actually. There's a lot. I have to shout out my boy, Chris Stuckman, Shelby Oaks.
Yes. Oh my God, I'm so excited for that movie.
October 24th, Neon produced. Insane that a guy I've watched on YouTube since 2016, since I was in high school. I watched this guy before. I watched him before he had 1 million subscribers. And this guy is now has a movie executive produced by Mike Flanagan, distributed by Neon, the top indie distributor behind My Baby, A24, of course. Like, that is insane. Props to Chris Stuckman. Shout out him. I know he's a busy man, but you know what, Chris? If you ever see this, I love you. I love your YouTube videos. I still watch your reviews. You were you're obviously one of the inspirations for why any of this even became a thing. You and the Flick Pick, love both of y'all. And I can't believe that you have a horror film coming out in theaters. Like, that is insane. It looks amazing. It's found footage mixed with like The Ring, mixed with like, I've heard all these things about it. It's getting amazing praise from horror festivals. I cannot wait to watch that. We will probably do a Shelby Oaks episode. I think we have to do that just because of the YouTube tie, the content creator tie in there is just too cool of a story. And I loved it. But yeah, that's October coming out. And the last thing I have left to say is I was just about to quote a TikTok, but then I can't quote the TikTok because this video might get demonetized, or it doesn't even get monetized, but it would get like banned on YouTube because it's a hilarious TikTok. Go watch Stuart Kevich on TikTok. I think that's his name. Dylan Kevich. I don't know why I said Stuart. Dylan Kevich. Go watch him on TikTok. Hilarious creator. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, he lives in New York, by the way, Bella. You could run into him one day, maybe. If you're ever in New York, in the area.
Yeah.
Where he's at. I don't know. New York's a crazy big place. So.
Town.
But yeah, it's a big town. Big town, you know what I mean? But yeah. But the last thing I have to say is A24. This is it. You knew it was coming. Did you think you would get away? Did you think you could get away from me? Did you think it was that easy? Did you think it was that simple? I want to like pick up my Mac and do like the Joker on the Dark Knight video where he's like shaky cam and like when he's on the TV. You know what I'm talking about?
Of course, I know what you're talking about.
Okay, I want to do that so bad. You can get away from me that easy, but A24, hire me. I'm here. I talk movies. Actually, we have Bella, who's a trained actress too. So you could have a 2-for-1 in this. Director, actress. I can't even. You're over here somewhere. Director, actress. Bella might catch him filming one of his crazy. I would love if Bella caught this guy. I hope if you ever catch a crazy guy filming a TikTok, please send it to me because I bet it's Dylan, and I will cry and tell him you have to tell him I love this man. He's amazing. He's a great TikToker. You need to find him. But yeah, for you. Just search the city. Spend the rest of your days. You don't have anything important to do. Just walk around the whole city and find him. But yeah, literally A24. Please hire me. Hire Bella as well. I'm adding Bella into my plug now. If Deontay was here, I've already added Deontay before. You already know we're a package deal. But now Bella is added to that package, so it's a premium. And hire us. You got 2 directors, actress, a professionally trained actress on this side. I can act too. I've acted in people's short films. I'm a good like
background.
Not background, but like in between the secondary character and the background, whatever that is, like maybe a
supporting, like in the realm of supporting.
Yeah, in the realm of supporting, I think I could do good in a supporting role. I think I could carry a supporting role for sure. I've played a dead man before, so and a phantom, so we can do those things. And yeah, so hire me. I'm tall and slender. I feel like you could use me for a lot of things for that. If you need like a creepy guy in a corner, I'm pale, 6'3". Yeah. long arms, lanky. I'm giving my description so you know age 24. Hire me. Neon, you just gave Chris Stuckman. You know what, Neon, I'm coming for you now. You gave Chris Stuckman a job. Give me a job, Neon. I'm a content creator too. Not nearly as talented, but I am a content creator. And Neon, you did Shelby Oaks. Now you could do, I don't have a film title, but you could do that, and I would direct it. So yeah, hire me, A24, hire me, please, for the love of God. I'm begging you. I would get on my knees, but my knees are sore and I'm old. So hire me. Oh, we got a comment. Hire Jacob for. I'm telling you, if they ever make a new Slender Man movie and I am not at least considered, I will burn the world down. That's my threat. I'm sorry, but I will, because I deserve to be at least mentioned as Slender Man. I feel like I could do a good job. Like, I really feel like I could pull that off. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
You sound good. Oh, do I need to begin my sign off?
Yes, please, before I embarrass myself any further.
No, you're totally fine.
A24, hire me. Okay.
So hi, or goodbye. My name is Bella, and I run at Craven Conventions. So if you do want to get political, head over there, because I definitely do. So I run it with my mom. We focus on female representation in horror. You should follow us on Instagram. You should follow us on Spotify. You should give it a listen. We just released an episode on Stepford Wives, and the second part to that is going to be released at some point in October. Fun things happening, but yeah, world is on fire. And if you feel like you need space to like process some of that, or like look at the history and kind of contextualize things, we try to make space for that. So
right there.
Good night.
Right there. I just made that myself. Yeah.
Dude, look at you.
Right there. That, I'm sorry, it's hideous, but right there, Craven Conventions. There it is. Follow, subscribe. Do you have YouTube?
I do not.
It's okay. So Spotify and Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Spotify and Instagram. Do you can subscribe on Spotify and Apple Pod. I don't know how I'm an idiot. I don't know how podcasts work. Subscribe to Craven Conventions. I feel like Stepford Wives is actually a very pretty on topic movie for this day and age.
Yeah.
So, and Bella, she knows her stuff. She reads the actual material, and she actually does her homework, what JFP does not do. So yeah, like I've actually listened to some of them, and they're actually really good. And I think if you want to be enriched in horror, I think you should follow that on Instagram and Spotify, because it actually is very enlightening in a lot of ways. And especially for this time and day and age of life. But yeah.
Thank you so much, Jacob. And with that, are we out for the night?
We're ending the stream right now.
Amazing. Bye-bye, people.
Peace out. I love you all. You're wonderful. You're beautiful. Mwah. Jacob loves you. Stay safe. Love you all.